The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
Okay. Okay, looks like I fell in the way. Looks like I fell in the way to... So, some way to have video clips. Yeah, what's up, guys? AW here, Aaron Warrior. Hope you're all doing good, man. Yeah, you know, different, not StreamYard. Once again, it's Restream, so a little different introduction. I still got the clips, like this.
Supposed to be.
Alright, still got that clip. Ended there. So I found a way to get clips in. How y'all doing, man? I hope you're all good. Hi, Red. How you doing, Red? How you doing, Red? I'm kidding. You're not a loser, man. Campea. All right, Campea. That's what we're talking about here. It's Campea. And come on. Come on. Every time I highlight a comment, the banner doesn't come back when I get rid of the comment. That sucks. All right, invitations are out. I mean, yeah, I got my buddy Blind is coming back. Now with this video, Friday we did a kind of a breakdown stream on. No, we did kind of. We did do a breakdown stream on Captain America: Brave World Order. It's a trailer. We did it on Friday. It was a very fun stream. Went over a lot of stuff. I think we covered a lot of stuff. Yeah. Maybe we missed some stuff, but who knows? On this with John Campea, I didn't watch John Campea show Friday, and I know he trims segments out of different topics that he talks about on his show. I did not do that. I did not watch his videos that he trimmed out from his stream. So the video we're going to see about Captain America: Brave World Order (BWO) from John Campea, I'm going in fresh. I don't know what he said, so this is a first-time reaction to John Campea and his crew reacting to Captain America: Brave World Order. So if you haven't seen it either, well, you're seeing it fresh just like me. Let me find it. There we go. There it is. Let's fix this. Make it like that. Make it look like that, not like that. Yeah, that's better. We could always maximize it, but then you can't see me. You can't see where I am. All right. It's better, right? Yeah. AWO versus John Campea. That's right. And we're gonna have the bloodline. We are the bloodline, man. We're AW bloodline. That's what we are. Us, Tony, Wizard, you, me. We're taking on John Campea tonight. All right, man. How long is this video? So this video is 17 and a half minutes long. Yeah. Okay, 17 and a half minutes long this video is. And I'm going to put more invitations. I want to see if my friend Degrassi wants to get on. If he's around. I'll send it out. All right. All right. So, okay, man. All right. I got to send it out to more people. Okay. And I will send it to the Bloodline once I get my co-host on. Team George, all right. There we go. All right, there we go. I know those are invitations. I'm expecting a blinded. I don't know where he is, but I'm expecting blinded very, very soon. And make sure to like, share, subscribe, please. Okay, now you know my thoughts on the trailer. I like the trailer, right? I thought the trailer was fun. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will send a link into the Bloodline group, but it depends. Um. Okay, so I like the trailer. If you, you're, man, you're definitely coming on tomorrow, man. When I do the wrestling stream tomorrow, you're definitely coming on. Okay. You know, for sure, 100%. I'm gonna invite you on tomorrow. I'm gonna invite you in the Bloodline. I'm gonna put the link in the Bloodline group, and everybody has a link is invited is allowed to come on from there. But I'm waiting for. Hopefully, Blinded does come on. I know he's aware. Um, and let's look at that face. But you know, I like the trailer, and you know, Blinded liked the trailer, and you know, I think George liked the trailer too. And we went over it Friday, and then at the end we kind of glossed over Grace Randolph's reaction. It's all about wrestling, buddy. All about wrestling tomorrow. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about tomorrow, man. A lot of stuff. We got to talk about WWE, Rhea Ripley's return, the end of AEW Dynamite, Stephanie Van Kier, that, all of that, man. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in the female division. Roman Reigns. We'll talk a little bit about Roman Reigns. That's what we'll talk about tomorrow. So where's my friends? Where's my friends? I invite you here to do the stream with me, to have some fun, but I don't see you at all. Well, oh, especially for Bailey. Yeah, you're coming for Bailey for sure. I gotta check something on TikTok. All right. New follower. Nice. All right. So yeah, so waiting for a new. Did I send? Oh right. You know what? If they come on a little bit later, that's on them, right? I'm starting the stream. I'm starting the video. Let's get in. Oh, there's 6 people. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Johnny, see, John the Camper. Let's see what he has to say.
Trailer yesterday. The trailer did not come, but it did come today. As they dropped the first.
Did come today. Come today.
Trailer for Captain America Brave New World. Now, some of you may know that we saw a bunch of footage for the new Captain America at CinemaCon this year. And about half of that footage, or at least about half of the new trailer, was footage we had already seen. But a bunch of the footage was not, including healthy heapings of Giancarlo Esposito. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot. I mean, that's clearly not just some little bit of a cameo.
No, he's not cameo. He's going to be featured. He's featured. He's gonna be a featured player in this movie. Oh, why is it? Why they change the Brave World Order? Because you know what? Because the NWO is too. Because the NWO, it's kind of a conspiracy thing. New World Order, like a one world government, something like that. And they thought it's too controversial to call it New World Order. So Brave New World, yeah. So they changed. Let me see what it's called. Brave New World, NWO, New World Order. Yeah. So they changed it. It is Brave, Brave New World. Okay. Remember. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. Oh, here we go. I got my buddy Blinded here. What's up, Blinded? What's your avatar? What's up? He'll take his time. What's up, Blinded?
What's up? What's up?
Okay. What's your avatar? You know, the problem is the avatar is really small.
Yeah, it's
Let's
I
see
thought
what
it
it
was a
is.
joke. It's not a
Oh no.
joke. Keanu Reeves is making a movie called The Last Bomba Clot. So I'm like,
Wait, is
what
that
the
supposed to make
fuck?
fun of the Last Samurai?
I
Wow.
have no, I guess, yeah. And he's like in Jamaica, and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was a joke, but no, this is a real movie.
Why hasn't had why hasn't discussion film said anything? Like discussion film's been lazy today.
No,
Um,
this was a while ago. There were set photos that leaked, and I saw
oh,
it and I thought it was funny because I thought it was a joke someone made, right? The last Bumbleclot, thinking like, yeah, like the Last Samurai. But no, this is a real movie. It's a real comedy with Keanu Reeves in Jamaica.
oh,
That's all I know. And he's got dreads. I thought it was
blinded.
hilarious.
Blind. Before we do this, before I really continue on, Tuesday night,
Mhm.
want to do we're gonna do a finale review after watching Star Wars.
Yes, if I can. If not, I
Okay.
will just come on and you can spoil it for me.
Okay. Let me know, and then maybe we'll do if, maybe we'll do another Grace video.
Yeah, the finale, my guess is it's going to be a lot of crazy, insane, batshit insane takes
Oh,
from
Grace has
both
gotten me
sides.
views, man. Grace has been getting on both streams. Grace has been getting me like crazy views.
Yeah, because I
She's a
mean, she's just crazy.
she's a magnet, man. Like, oh my god, I got over 600 views from talking about Grace Randolph.
Yeah, whatever Grace says, chances are it's not good. You know what I mean? Like she
Yeah,
just she just has insane takes. So
yeah. So yeah, we'll do that this week. We'll do a review. If you can, we'll do our own spoiler review right after the show, and then
yeah,
we'll do Grace and Grace. Please don't make it like 30 minutes.
yeah. It looks like we got a lot of finales this week.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of shows
yeah.
are ending.
All right. Where's Mr. All right, I got this up. 48 seconds.
Basic hint about what our plot is, the fact that they showed Isaiah turning into a sleeper and like trying to kill the
Mhm.
president, and of course that
Is he turning into a sleeper or is he being mind controlled? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, because you had a good theory. I'm pretty sure that's what is gonna happen. So,
I can guarantee you, Red, they're not.
what is this? What does he say?
My time to shine is
Uh,
not Grace Randolph.
no, she's not. Actually, Grace said that she's getting out of the scoop game. So,
Oh, here's George. Um,
what's up, George?
what's up, George?
I have an announcement to make.
Oh,
I will become Canada's new citizen.
Oh,
Oh, you know, oh my God, Jordan.
it's pretty
you know,
fun.
you know what's the
sorry.
weirdest thing?
Oh man.
Happened right after this trailer came out, and there was this
Yo, I was
the
just like
trailer.
wondering. I was
Oh
just
yeah, you're right. Holy
yo,
shit.
the coincidence of this trailer. Oh my goodness.
You should be laughing,
Listen.
but oh my
Listen. In all seriousness, I do hope the former president's okay. I know I'm not been the biggest fan of him, but I do hope he's okay. Um, hopefully tomorrow I have a nice clean day at work. But then again, I have certain fifth graders that like to get political that I need to ignore. So
God, should not get political. I'm sorry.
Yo, well, I will say this: the kid that gets political, we actually had a fun debate about Harry Potter. I'll be like, yo, let's just debate Harry Potter, buddy. And we actually agree on a lot about Harry Potter. So you know what? If that'll shut him up about politics. So be it.
Yeah, fine.
We'll debate
Jeez.
Harry Potter.
But if it was Marvel or Star Wars, you'd be like, it's Roke.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's into Marvel, Star Wars, but yo, we got the same views on Harry Potter movies and books. So what's the camper talking about with Captain America?
No,
I was having connection problems. That's why it took
haven't-
me a while.
Well, I haven't watched this, so I'm fresh like all you guys. I have,
Right.
but it's so weird that the assassination of Chairman Trump happened right after this movie. When this scene right here, this scene that he's showing was
Yeah.
Isaiah Bradley attempting to kill Harrison Ford, Thunderbolt Ross's character.
I don't know. I don't know if this is the year for President to show. No. Did any of you guys see Civil War?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not the
Civil War,
movie. Oh no, not the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
A24 movie. Yes. I
Yeah, the
did see it.
A24 movie.
People are
Like,
thinking that it's gonna happen.
yo, my mom was freaked out after she saw that movie.
I don't
She was like-
understand.
She
I
was
don't
like
say-
worried that couldn't happen in real life.
They
Now
say
we
that
got
they say this-
now we got a Marvel movie with the villain.
Mm.
Well,
They say the
anti-
shooter's Republican. I'm like, why would a Republican want to shoot the president?
well, here's
Well,
the thing.
I got some ideas.
I got some ideas. Well, here's one. He's a never Trumper that lost his damn mind. Or it
I
could
think
be
that's
that
the
he thought. Well, that's
possible.
probably the least likely scenario.
Yeah.
The other one that I do have is that maybe he was. Well, I'm not going to go with this that Trump staged it, because if Trump staged it, what if the guy was like his pointing wasn't accurate enough and actually hit
Yeah,
Trump?
I don't
Like,
think
I don't
it's
even think.
staged.
So I
Someone
don't think it was
died,
staged.
right?
No, I
Someone
think.
died.
Here's what I think. I think it was a crazy Trump supporter that wanted to martyr Trump to cause a civil war.
Oh,
You know, I think that, but the thing is, my friend was telling me apparently this guy was. I mean, he's like 20. Holy shit!
20.
like-
Yeah, he's a 20-year-old kid.
Yo,
He's not
he
a kid
like,
anymore, but-
yo, he's 7 years younger than me. Good lord.
Yeah, he's 20, and then I think he like. I mean, if you think about it, he most of his life, you know, like was just like Trump. You know, the last 7 years was all just Trump. So, you know, and I think his parents were like religious, and maybe he was a never Trumper, you know, like, and he just was like, fuck, I'm done with Trump. But I don't know. I buy maybe because I'm crazy, and it just seems like
I'm just.
it seems like a
Blinded,
movie
Blinded,
that last
Blinded.
theory. You know what I mean?
I've seen crazy the last 24 hours on
I'm
Twitter.
just saying.
You are way more sane than most of
Well,
these
yeah,
people.
I'm not on. Thankfully,
Not just
I'm
just
on
Twitter, Threads as well. I've seen some crazy stuff.
Well,
on
I
Threads
blocked.
as well.
I see people say stage, and I'm like,
On-
yeah, tell
on
the people that
Threads,
died. Tell the
like-
people that died.
If
Well,
you
no,
see
no,
any
it's-
of anything on Threads, just press not interested. And
Well, it's
I've
not
never
just
seen that
the
stuff.
stage.
Yeah.
Like people that were actually cheering for this. Like,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And you know what? You know what? This
Well-
makes Trump more likely to win an election.
Well,
This
but
helps his case.
Aaron, it's not even that. I'm sorry. No political person that should be running should ever be scared of their lives at a political rally. Be threatened to be
Play
assassinated.
tough.
I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. Also, there are people in the crowd. Someone died. There were children there.
Yeah, someone
Like,
did. Die,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. It's not acceptable, regardless of how you feel about the man.
It would
It's
hide.
unacceptable.
If it was staged, whoever was staged, there would be somebody else behind it too, and they would hire someone who actually could hit somebody with good aim. Like they would actually hire,
Yeah, I can't believe it being
yeah,
staged.
somebody who could, yeah. See, right? They would actually hire from where the range is, from where apparently we got shot in the roof. If it was staged, they would get somebody who could actually hit somebody from that close, like with
Because the
better.
thing is, if it's staged, like that's gonna
Yeah,
eventually come
they would
out.
hire a
So
hitman. They would hire a hitman. So whoever
Al-
would hire a hitman
also-
who could shoot some.
Another thing I want to say: rest in peace, Shannon Daughtery. She unfortunately passed away.
You know what? Nobody's
due
talking
to her
about
cancer.
that. Nobody talking.
Yo,
about
that's a
that.
shame because she listen. She was the most, in my opinion, she was one of the most beautiful women in the '90s.
She was very beautiful, but she was always problematic from the stuff that I heard.
Hey,
about her.
I mean, she had the bad girl reputation, but listen,
Yeah.
like as someone who's had family members that have dealt with cancer, much respect that she fought on for 9 years. And listen, she's forever Renee from Mallrats to me, one of the most underrated comedies of all time. And one person that did love working with her was our very own Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it's from what I heard. Like, it's from the set like Beverly Hills. Is it not Beverly Hills that she worked on? 90210.
Well, it wasn't just that. Like I know she had issues with Alyssa Milano on Charmed,
Charmed.
but everyone had issues with Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. She wasn't the
But
problematic.
you think she
one
hasn't worked
that
much,
shit.
Alyssa Milano? She's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's just sad because a talented actress, had a really long battle with cancer, a very long battle. I'm gonna add, but yeah, rest in peace to her.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yo,
That's good.
Campea's face here is perfect for a thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
Little nugget at the end where we got to see ourselves a Red Hulk at the end. That got, of course, McDonald's let us know several months ago that Red Hulk was going to be here, but still, we getting to see our first little glimpse of Red Hulk. Listen, everybody, some people have accused me of being unfair to Marvel the last
What
year
is
or
he,
two,
Navi
whatever.
from
But
Ocarina of
I think
Time?
the criticisms
Yep.
I've had for Marvel, as a fan of Marvel, I think the criticisms that I've had about Marvel's content of the last couple of years has been fair. And, I've not known what to think about this new movie. I will say this. I think this was a fantastic trailer. Kevin Feige got on stage at CinemaCon and said, we are going back to kind of the roots, kind of back to Winter Soldier, and we are going to make this Captain America movie like Winter Soldier. It's going to feel like that political thriller again.
I thought that was Black Widow. People said Black Widow. Was
yeah,
trying to
they got to stop saying this because they said
Yeah.
this about 3 times now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like it when they say that. Just say like this is gonna be grounded, political, high stake.
Yeah.
Like what you come to expect from the
Captain
Captain America movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they keep going back to it's gonna be like Winter
Winter
Soldier,
Soldier, Winter
but
Soldier.
isn't this more like Civil
'Cause
War? If that's the
Winter
case.
Soldier is Winter Soldier might be like the most best well-received solo film in the MCU, and they're like, that's the one movie they're always going to go to. Like that's the cream of the crop,
Right, but I mean, but wouldn't people be just as excited if they said, "Yeah, this is going to be like Captain America: Civil War," because it does have Red Hulk in it. So I mean,
The
shouldn't
problem
that be a comparison?
I think people don't view Captain America: Civil War as a Captain America movie. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if this movie is about Red Hulk, then it's most
Yeah.
certainly not going to be about Captain America. Let's be honest.
When I watched Captain America so far, I'm like, no, this is like Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's been a rumor that the Avengers are going to be in this movie, right? So,
Like which
who really
Avengers? Like
knows?
who? Like specifically, like Hawkeye.
no, the entire Avengers. We're going to see the new Avengers lineup in this movie. That's the
Oh.
rumor.
What?
Damn. Who's coughing like that?
It's family.
That's easy to say. Can they pull it off? This trailer looked exactly like that. It had that Winter Soldier feel to it. It definitely felt like a high concept political thriller sort of stuff with intrigue and espionage and all the good stuff. Throwing in great little treats of Giancarlo Esposito and Red Hulk and all that kind of stuff. I thought the trailer was great.
Well, you can say espionage, but I didn't see any spies in there, like specifically.
Yeah, well, we did the ex Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think she's gonna be working for the government. So
Well, yeah, she's an agent, of course.
mhm.
For first trailer, I really think it's wonderful. I think they did a fantastic job with it.
Camp.
We'll see if the movie actually ends up being quite that good.
There's no way Sam Wilson did this. Obviously, it's a stunt double. There's no way Anthony Mackie did this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's stunt double.
That has to hurt. I mean, that has to hurt. I don't care. Like, that's pretty cool to do, but that has to hurt.
I also particularly love the line. It was great to use in the trailer. They showed it to us at CinemaCon when he says, "You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers." He says, "No, I'm not." That's a perfect line to put in there because it's also kind of an
I
acknowledgement to the
disagree,
audience.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm Captain America now, but I'm not Steve Rogers. So that was kind of well done in there too. I just thought it looked great. And a couple things. The first thing that went across my mind when I heard that they were going to be dropping a Captain America 4 trailer this week was, why? It's 7 months until this movie comes
I
out.
want to see if he gets it.
What's the point?
I want to see if he gets it. Because I made the point.
But then I thought about it. Here's the point. They knew they had a great trailer. There is hyper excitement for Deadpool and Wolverine right now. The conversation that has been surrounding Marvel.
Okay. I think it's partly, but also was Harrison Ford's birthday.
Well, yeah, I think it just there's several points.
Yeah.
Because I do what I was saying on Friday. That is what he's saying.
Yeah,
they're putting out this trailer because to build up the hype again for Marvel.
But if that was true fully the case, they could have just released it on Thursday. But they
could have released it whenever this month before Deadpool. That's
I think they knew it's Harrison Ford's birthday this month, and they knew it was on a Friday. So and it's still before Deadpool. So you know what? It's just Harrison Ford's. It's a birthday present to Harrison Ford and to all his fans. It's released on his birthday. It's a special gesture. That's what I think. That's what I think it was. Because if it wasn't released, they could have just released it on Thursday. If it wasn't really, if it wasn't Harrison Ford's birthday at all this month, they could just release it Thursday. Maybe I'm reaching. I don't know. It just
I mean, it makes sense. Like I could see it.
Here's RJ. Oh, hello, RJ.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, what's up, RJ?
Oh, what a weekend!
Yeah, you certainly went to Comic-Con or what's it called? Is it called Comic-Con or is it something else?
No, it was an expo, fanboy expo. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They're the same thing.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah, it's a busy weekend. A lot of crazy stuff. You know what's funny? Actually, so we come home Saturday evening. Decided to call it early for the weekend. Got some snacks. Decided to watch some movies at the hotel. We were browsing through Netflix, and my dad was like, "You know what? I haven't seen this movie. What's it called? Madam Web." That's what we're about halfway through the movie. I check my phone, and it says, "Former President Trump shot." So I guess disaster was just on the menu for that evening. That's why I guess we watched Madam Web. Just had disaster on the brain.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it was funny. Like I said, it's just a funny weekend.
I had a fun week. We were supposed to have a Lion King play at our camp, and fifth graders hijacked it with American, Israeli, Palestinian, Ukrainian, Iranian flags. It's supposed to be Lion King, so a bunch of flags were drawn and slogans. And one of the kids, in his defense, when asked about it, was like, "May God strike me down."
Oh my god. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
These are fifth graders, mind you. They're not even middle schoolers or high schoolers.
Well, it's funny when we were driving down to Knoxville, we passed by they had a Trump superstore, a giant
Oh,
Trump Superstore.
yeah, Trump
Oh
superstore on the
man.
highway you can go to, and they had like a giant, like they had inflatable Uncle Sam's, and yeah,
Oh man.
oh my God.
yeah, it was crazy, but yeah. There's a lot I could say, but I'll save it for later.
All that.
I don't want
I
to
mean,
distract from the Captain America stuff.
this happened after like that. The assassination of Trump happened right after it was assassination attempt on Harrison Ford's character Thunderbolt Ross.
I know. Did you listen to
Yeah.
what Esposito said when I asked him that question? I thought it was also just ironic timing.
Yeah, yeah.
What part did he? I saw the some of it where he was
Well, he
talking
was
about
talking
like
about the context of this film and just the political climate that we're living in today. You
right,
know, how we're kind of saddled with two mediocre choices, and how like we're more divided than ever before. You know.
Well,
right,
that's because in this movie, what happened? Right, Thunderbolt Ross is the president, right? Thaddeus Ross is the president. That's because the previous president, if you saw Secret Invasion, butchered everything. It cost him the election.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. There's just a
Well,
lot going on.
yeah.
But man, it's been crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Let's see what Campea has to say. What else he has to say?
The last couple of years, which is they've slipped a lot more into mediocrity and things like that. There is a changing of the winds in that conversation with the excitement of Deadpool and Wolverine coming. And what I think Marvel's strategy
Also, but Glenn, you always say this. Marvel always has great trailers.
Yeah, Marvel does. I mean, they really do. The only bad trailer I can think of recently was the Marvels. The Marvels wasn't like, like it was okay, but I wasn't like I need to see this or I'm curious how this is gonna play out. It's just whatever.
Sorry, I'm just gonna apply it to.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Sorry.
here is, you know what? Let's take advantage of that positive momentum and let's drop this great trailer to boost that positive momentum of changing the conversation
Here's
about
the
Marvel
thing.
right.
Okay, Marvel's having their MCU Marvel Studios is having their panel on Friday, July 26th, when Deadpool's out, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m.
Oh
Pacific.
no, Saturday. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. Okay, so that's smart because it was stupid to do it on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be Saturday night, the final panel of Hall H.
I think it's stupid to do it
Okay.
Saturday night too because that's still a movie night.
That's when they've
Yeah.
always done the panel though. Every year they've gone to Comic-Con, it's always been Saturday night.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Well, at least it's not on a Friday, because then on a Friday I feel like
Well,
maybe
you don't.
they just-
Well, when Deadpool just comes out, you don't do it on a Friday night. Like
yeah, yeah. RJ's right. They always did it on a Saturday.
well, they got
so-
then whoever posted the date got the date wrong because the 26th is not a Friday and not a Saturday. It's a Friday, I believe. No, it
Right.
might. Right?
Yeah, it is the Friday. Yes.
Yeah.
It might just be the website having an update because
Okay,
Friday, not much is going on Friday, but Saturday it's the big one. They got a My Adventures with Superman panel. They've got
Oh, I hope they announce season 3, please.
season 3's already been announced.
Oh, they did. Fuck. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, they
it's
were
the 27th.
They renewed for season 3 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I didn't see that news.
Yeah, so they're gonna probably get a season 3 and a season 4, hopefully. So
Yeah, hopefully. 'Cause the
um,
show's good. So
what was it? There's only gonna be one DC panel in Hall H on Saturday for live action stuff, and that is Penguin. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing a panel for this year, which kind of sucks, but I kind of get it. I mean, it is what it is. They're just
well, I hope we get a trailer for Creature Commando.
No, it doesn't seem like it. No.
See,
Damn.
the thing is,
I thought they would announce the Creature Commandos panel for Saturday, but no, they're not doing it.
no, they yeah. The thing is with Marvel,
That
I think they're gonna announce some stuff for Avengers, but I don't think they're gonna have like they're not gonna announce the cast for the Avengers because I think Fantastic Four is gonna close out Marvel.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just gonna show more concept art and
Yeah, but that's why I'm
things
saying
like
Fantastic
that.
Four is probably gonna close it out because they're gonna be there. Fantastic
Yeah, they're
Four.
all going to be there. From what the rumblings are, panel's going to be pretty big, so it's one you got to cover for sure. And I'm going to be covering it live like I did a couple 2 years ago. So
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I see.
right now. Because now we got everybody talking positively about Deadpool and Wolverine and the excitement for it, and the box office projections and the people watching the first bit
So
of
is there an
footage,
update on the
all that kind
box
of
office
stuff.
productions? Because I think it was only basically was it 2 weeks ago now?
Right now it's sitting at like a 35 million for Thursday, which is pretty nice. So that means it's gonna be bigger than at least 150. That's for sure.
yeah, the last one I saw was like 165 to 175.
Yeah, my guess is it. I think it's gonna get to 180. I don't think it
Yeah,
200. I don't think it's gonna get to 200.
I agree.
Now
Yeah,
they're adding to that, dropping an incredible trailer. And I went from thinking this was actually a dumb move to drop this trailer 7 months in advance to completely thinking, you know what? It was a stroke of genius. Because now there's a number of things that people are talking positively about Marvel for, when you've had people like me, admittedly, for the last couple of years, talking about the shortcomings of Marvel a lot. So I thought it was a great move.
Oh, I was just say this. Yes, Deadpool 3 and Wolverine. Okay, Deadpool 3. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, it looks positive. It does look positive. I agree. But there has to be consistency, though. Guardians was a great movie. Secret Invasion was crap. Loki was good. Marvel didn't do so well. Consistency is the key, though.
yeah. I mean, I think they really gotta pick projects that they know they have to see because they're characters that everybody loves. And some of these characters, it's not that they have to go away, but like maybe they are just supporting characters. They're not, you know, the lead character. Like I think honestly, the biggest mistake was making the Marvels instead of just making a Captain Marvel 2. Like why not just make a Captain Marvel 2 and flesh out her character so more
Because
people like her?
I think the idea was that they felt like they needed to do an ensemble movie because there were just so many characters. Like, well, when are you going to see them again? You know?
Yeah, but that's the problem, I feel like.
Well,
Like
that is part of the problem. There's just too many characters.
yeah.
And it's, yeah,
And some of these characters like if they're TV, the thing is like we wouldn't have that problem if they just were focused on making multiple seasons of TV shows. You know, make Miss Marvel season 2 or make Moon Knight season 2.
and they might announce it. You know, it's a
I
possibility.
mean if they are going to announce them, they're not coming for at
Moon
least
Knight
another
needs
2
another season.
years.
Like Moon Knight is one of those shows that needs another season.
Yeah, well, the thing is Moon Knight there's
Because
rumor Moon Knight is going to be on the Avengers, so I'm not sure.
I think that's going to be scrapped though, because that was when what's his face, Jeff Loveness was writing the script.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
whenever
but I kind of believe it. If they're doing the West Coast, a lot of the team members so far are
they're
very
established
West
West
Coast
Coast.
Avengers, and Moon Knight is a West Coast Avenger, and on top of that too, his popularity has grown even more than I think like some Moon Knight fans realize. So, like the people who are more Moon Knight fans from the comics, because I feel like there's a split. Because personally, I'm not a big fan of MCU Moon Knight, but that could change if they do, you know, maybe another season. But yeah.
What? I wonder if we could mention anything about Blade. That's what I'm curious.
well,
Probably.
I think their
You'll-
Comic Con panel. I mean, they're going to give an update on the whole slate. I think you're going to get new release dates for stuff. I think you're going to get
Yeah.
updated logos and cast announcements, director announcements.
Mhm.
I mean, well, I think the idea is that they're going to kind of give a very broad strokes of the movies coming out between now and the end of the multiverse saga. Like what comes out before Secret
Yeah,
Wars.
Right.
Because there's still some dates
because
they have left to fill in.
Because they have to do the Phase 6 stuff. I mean, they're not.
Mhm.
They're still empty Phase 6
But I
slots.
also think
Yeah.
some stuff's gonna get delayed.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get a lot of
They're
Phase
gonna,
6
they're gonna
stuff.
do like they're gonna do like a release calendar shift a little bit.
They were trying. They were trying to cram the multiverse saga when they started cramming all this other content out. They're trying to cram the multiverse saga. Now they're not. Now they realize that we can't cram this because it's
No,
not
it doesn't
working.
make sense to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and also too, I think it's also a case of they're gonna slow it down a little bit, but I also think too the idea is I still think it's possible because when was Secret Wars supposed to come out? Was it 2027?
7, I think. Yeah, a year after.
Originally,
No, was it supposed to be a part?
no,
Was
it
it
was
supposed
supposed
to
to
be
come
months
out
apart?
2025.
Was it supposed to be months apart from the?
Yeah, it
Was
was
it supposed
6
to be
months. We were supposed to
Yeah,
get the 5 in May, and then we were gonna get
yeah, in November, right?
and then they moved it to 2026, and obviously, I
Oh
doubt
yeah,
that's gonna happen.
yeah. You told me
Like
about this, Grassy. This is comic book related, not exactly MCU related, but
for what?
yeah. This is what we're talking about.
Okay.
We'll skip this. We don't need to see this. This is him
Kenny
advertising.
and
Of course,
oh,
he's gonna
okay, the trust.
advertise.
Okay, I'm not used to restream. I was looking for
Does
the
he?
comments. I'm like, where are the comments? Like I was scrolling down. I thought, oh, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a little bit
this
different.
is restream. It's a little bit more. I think it's a
yeah,
little
it's
bit.
different. Yeah,
Does Campea still do Manscaped?
yes, I believe so. Yes.
Uh,
Oh.
Oh, so this is a Fridays panel. So we got Chris Carr, right?
trymiracle.com/campbell.
Happy they kept at it with this one because we knew the horror stories, right? We kept hearing about all the reshoots and the rewrites and all of this, how they kept working this, how they kept working this. Giancarlo Esposito is an addition from the reshoots.
Yes.
Right? And
You know,
clearly the right move.
I wish they did trailer reactions when they do these videos on live stream. You know they can do that.
They just don't want to. They don't. Want
they
to.
don't want to. They don't really need to.
They don't
Yeah.
want to mess with the copyright either. They like because they got to make their money. So
Well, they won't get copyright from Disney. Oh, we made them copyright.
Yeah, but
Campea.
I think
They'll
I think
copyright
it's
John
you.
Campea.
When you do a breakdown video, you can still show the trailer, and it's better
Yeah.
because you're coming for the discussion. You're not really coming for the trailer.
mhm.
So yeah.
I mean, I think Disney would copyright John Campea. They don't like him.
It was interesting. So one of the things that people missed, I feel like, when Giancarlo was talking about his role, and I asked him about it on Saturday, you know what he said about his role that I thought was really interesting?
Was it the part where he said no one got it? No one has guessed it
No,
right?
no. This is something that like everybody overlooked. If you listen to what he said, he used the word temporary.
Oh, yeah.
He used the word
Temporary.
temporary. Because like the way he described the character, he said he's a badass. And he said like something about like I have to go back and look, but he used the word temporary. And that made me feel like, well, is this like a long term role for him, or is this something that's gonna kind of be like
No,
not
was he supposed to
too
be in a
much?
show?
Yeah, he said he's gonna be in a movie and a TV show.
Yeah.
But that seems like
Hmm.
it's it. I don't know if his character's gonna have like be like a large presence.
I
we're gonna
wonder what
see in
TV
multiple
show that would
stuff.
be, though. It could be a
That's
show that's
the
in
question,
production.
too.
It could be a show that's ready, like, has already been officially greenlit, or it could be like when it's
Yeah, but if you think about, I mean,
I mean, maybe he meant something different. I mean, it's hard to decipher what he meant exactly. But
yeah.
I thought that he used the word temporary, and he was really describing how they're kind of playing
I
at those. Like they're kind of like they're looking at the comics, but also kind of playing around with it. I mean,
I
that's what
thought
they
it's
always do, of course. But
I thought it was
Right.
I thought he was gonna play Tony Masters because I thought like Marvel's like had a didn't seem too well with a bad reaction to the Taskmaster from Black Widow. Like
mhm.
they could have they didn't need to do Taskmaster for that movie. Taskmaster should have been like they could just had a disgruntled Shield agent that defected to the Black Widows or some higher merc. They should have done something like that. I felt like it was backlash to that because that's the one complaint about like Black Widow was an okay movie to me, but that's one major complaint was Taskmaster. I'm like, you butchered such a great character, like seriously. And but yeah, but
Well, what
yes.
made me laugh though was that did you see what the scoopers were saying?
Oh,
What did they
Okay,
say?
so when I dropped that clip, and then I think it was discussing film or someone else reposted it or whatever. They got
it
the
wasn't discussing films because I didn't see me post it. It was
Yeah, I was discussing film. It was screen. There's a bunch of accounts that shared it, but what was so
Yeah.
funny to me So My Time to Shine Hello went on Twitter, and what she said was, so, hold on, let me get what she said exactly because it's really funny. Because like you gotta like really read between the lines a little bit.
Right.
Okay, so she said, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. To clarify, I spoke to people who were on the set during the reshoots, and they confirmed his character was called Bridge. I've even seen visual evidence. So this leaves two possibilities. Either he's playing GW Bridge and just missed my tweet, or Bridge was just a code name. So they're saying that maybe Giancarlo Esposito didn't see her tweet, so he's not debunking her.
Hmm.
It's like,
Always a damage control with these scoopers.
so it's either they used a code name or you just didn't see my tweet. So I don't know. That made me laugh.
That is pretty funny.
My Time to Shine Hello is a clown.
I mean, it could be GW Bridge. I mean,
I
I
think
mean,
it probably is GW Bridge, but I think it's funnier if it's not, because then nobody knows.
yeah.
It's funnier to picture it not being that character, because then it's like, okay, now nobody knows.
but is
You
he?
know?
But is he? But he says he's playing a villain. He's not technically a villain, though.
He didn't call the character a villain, though. That was what
That's
was
what people thought.
he
Yeah,
he just called the character a badass. He didn't call him a villain. I feel
well,
I feel like if he was a villain, he would have said, "Yeah, he's a badass villain."
he said he doesn't want to play that. He wants because he said I think he said some time ago he doesn't always want to play. He wants to play a hero in the MCU, like a good guy, because he says like Professor X. Remember that like a year ago, said Professor X.
Yeah, that's what I was asking him.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you've been talking about wanting to play a character in Marvel for so long. You've been throwing around
Yeah.
ideas, right? It's
Mhm.
like, well, who is
Agent
it?
Zero.
Like, what is this character, and what made you want to play him? You know?
There's a couple of actors I feel like from a very long time ago who were talking about they were going to appear in an MCU movie and then they never did.
It could be Agent Zero too. Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Zero.
trying to think.
I mean, I think it's possible. Yeah. I mean, that's not. I could see him being a mutant character, like not like a character you'd expect, but I mean, it's possible.
Mm.
Well, they are kind of introducing mutants slowly by one, right? Like Miss
Mm-hmm.
Marvel,
Yeah.
Namor, and others. Um,
To be made here. This looks fabulous. I am so excited
Destroy
to
the
see
White
who
House.
Esposito is. Rumor is that he's going to be GW Bridge,
Bridge, yeah.
George Washington Bridge, which is a great SHIELD agent. But that brings up so many other
Maverick, yeah.
questions because SHIELD basically doesn't exist right now. And what's going on with that?
yeah, Shield does
He
exist
also-
still. What are you talking about? It still does
That's what I'm
exist.
saying. There's like, I highly doubt he didn't know about the rumor about that because I was blowing up online.
Yeah.
I'll
Like
tell you something.
his comment yesterday, that felt like it was debunking that rumor specifically, and like every other rumor.
They all hear the
Like,
rumors.
didn't
Every
know.
actor and actress.
Well,
said
I
the
feel
rumors
like
on
what
MCU.
other prominent rumor was there besides
The only
this?
other rumor was Bushman from Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's obviously not
Because
true.
everyone thought
I-
he was Bushman because he said he was going to be in a TV show. So everyone thought, oh, Moon Knight season 2, Bushman.
They all hear the rumors. The actors, actresses that are part of MCU, they all hear the rumors.
They said they weren't sure if they were ever going to use Bushman. So
Yeah.
I didn't film this part, which sucks. I should have, but he did say, somebody else asked him about Marvel. He said that he thinks he can reveal the character after Comic-Con because he said, oh yeah, they're going to go to San Diego in a couple weeks. And it's going to be a big panel, so I might be able to talk about it there. So I think it's possible either he's going to be at San Diego or they're going to talk about the movie at San Diego and say who's playing. So
Yeah. Scorpio. He also wants. I know he wants. Also, I know he wanted to do a comic book movie. Not just specifically Marvel. I mean, he wanted to do Marvel, but he specifically wanted to do DC too. I know he mentioned he wanted to do.
well, that's what I'm saying. If it's a temporary role in Marvel, he's not
Yeah.
going to be too long. I mean, you could jump to DC too. I mean, he's done it
Yeah.
before. He's in everything already. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is in everything. That's true.
I mean, like it's not a far fetch, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, apparently Kumail Nanjiani is going to be freaking Booster Gold, and he's in Marvel too.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's
I'm
people that
surprised
actually like,
how many people are losing their mind over that.
there's
Holy
people
shit.
there's people that actually like how can he join DC? He's with Marvel. I'm like, actors don't have a list of contracts, or not. It's not like wrestling. And they could go
Yeah,
anywhere
when
they
is
want.
he gonna come back to
Yeah.
Marvel anyway?
I mean, when are we going to see the Eternals again?
Yeah, exactly.
We've been waiting. I mean, we're only just now getting the Celestial and the freaking thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
getting. Yeah, we are
And
getting.
that's almost
Celestial.
like 4 years
Oh, did you see
after
the
that.
you should see the Grass's pick on a Celestial? It was a great pick. Oh, the Grass. I could find it. Grass, do you mind if I could borrow it? But this is pretty funny if I can find it. I can upload pics, so it's pretty funny if I could find it. Oh my god, I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Give me a few.
All I got to say is that if it is Kumail Nanjiani, he's got to have the blonde hair. Otherwise, it's a wash.
Damn.
Yeah.
He better dye his hair.
Yeah, he has to. Like that's a trademark.
I mean, he's called freaking Booster Gold, you know.
This is this.
Oh,
Well, flipping out.
that's pretty funny. Oh man.
That is funny.
I'm sorry. This image looks like it belongs in a Transformers movie, not a Marvel movie. Like
The
it looks like
Celestial coming out of the Earth.
yeah, it looks like as if like how you like in recent Transformer media, like the Last Night and Transformers Prime, Unicron is part of the Earth. It looks like Unicron's coming out of the Earth. I'm sorry.
kinda.
I'm sorry. Like I know on a cinematic level, Eternals was more well made than a Michael Bay Transformers movie, but just like that image, just I don't know what to say.
It's just a shame they didn't really explore it because I mean that was an idea from.
But wait,
what was it,
aren't they
Earth
gonna
X?
finally explore it in Brave New World? Like that, it's an island.
Kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like the whole like celestial being in a planet and all that. Like they never
Yeah.
like outside of Guardians, we never really got much celestial stuff. So
I mean, I think Brave New World's just gonna touch upon the island, not the celestial aspect. The main focus looks like it's gonna be Ross turning from Super Soldier to Red Hulk.
well,
Yeah.
there was that rumor that we talked about that they're mining for adamantium.
Mhm.
So,
Yes, yeah, it's part of
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and that doesn't really.
And
tie
that
into the
also plays
Celestials.
into Thunderbolts. But yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, you're right.
Like that seems more like a grounded MCU kind of thing where they're looking for a resource on Earth.
Right.
So,
You know, I don't mind that.
So tight.
When Marvel does grounded work, it's actually pretty good, like Winter Soldier and the
Yeah.
first Iron Man.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd rather have something
Listen to-
good than something big steak and disappointing.
Hmm.
Force, and I know that's a reach, but like, could we have a little X-Men little moment there? Could we maybe please have that? That'd be nice. Hearing the leader in this was great too, because obviously he ties in so much in the comic books to Ross becoming Red Hulk.
Right.
And I think that's the thing I'm most excited about here. Not only to see
Yeah, he does. And the leader's green. If you look at the back when you see him with the hat, if you look really closely, he's turning green, or he's already green. Like in the comic.
Yeah, I'm curious how the leader's gonna look in this movie. Like, I wonder how they're gonna handle him because I feel like
Yeah.
he's the villain behind the scenes doing most
Yeah.
stuff in the movie for the first half before we get.
And
He's gonna be like Zemo. That's my guess.
Yeah, I feel like that.
It's just more dangerous because he has
I don't feel like they're
abilities,
not going
powers.
for comic book. He's wearing like a top hat. They're covering him up. You don't
Yeah.
see like a little bit. You know, it's not
Yes, yeah.
He's
I
just
like the
more,
look though.
he's more dangerous as evil because he actually has powers, abilities like
Right.
mental projections, illusions, psychic powers, whatever. Right, and that's the leader.
Dan Wilson really come into his own as Cap, have his own way, create his own version of being Captain America. But I'm so excited to see how we get Red Hulk. Because in the comics, it's messed up, right? In that universe, typically what happens is that his daughter is killed by the Abomination. She also is dealing with gamma radiation poisoning and all kinds of other stuff. But he thinks that he has to take on this kind of mantle to be able to fight the enemy, right? It's kind of that idea.
Well, they're not going to kill. Oh, Kim, that's
I mean, the thing is, you say that, but she hasn't been in the MCU for quite some time.
she's
So
in this
why
film.
not kill her?
She's in this movie though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying
What?
she's
Well,
not
here's
an
the question,
important
though.
character.
Do you feel like we're gonna get Red She-Hulk at some point?
Oh,
Um, I mean, I'm not sure. I really don't know.
like there is a scene in the trailer that we see a funeral and we see the casket with an American flag over it. Like who is that? Who is the question? Who died?
Hmm.
Obviously, it's not Betty Ross because she's not an American soldier. Usually, soldiers or police, whatever, right? They usually get like the American flag over them, right? Because they served, right? When you in the on the
Right.
casket, right? Obviously, Betty Ross did not serve the military. Like who is that? Who is that, right? I mean, like if you're gonna get Betty Ross, I mean, if they kill off Betty Ross, is there any? Shouldn't Bruce Banner be in this film too? Then
Yeah, but like Mark Ruffalo's never even interacted with Betty Ross. That's my point.
the
Like,
thing
I
is,
don't think it matters that much.
Mark Ruffalo hasn't even interacted with her father in the MCU. Remember Civil War? He
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Well, you know what I found out recently was that Hulk was supposed to be in Civil War, weirdly enough, and that he was going to be on. I think he was actually going to side with Iron Man, which would have been weird.
Of course he would.
Yeah, but that would have been weird. The thing is, yeah, like in the comics, I mean, it was very similar. They had to get rid of the Hulk because, yeah, the Hulk would whatever side the Hulk picked. I mean, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
That other side's gonna fucking lose physically at least. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really make sense to have the big players play in Civil War.
No, because like there's a reason why Thor wasn't there, and there was a reason why
Yeah.
Hawk wasn't there.
Do you have a good guy with a gun to
Yeah.
beat the bad guy with the gun? Well, a good guy with a Hulk could do something. And that comes about because of the leader and some other folks. So I'm interested to see if we have that.
I gotta give it to Chris. At least she knows her comic book knowledge. Like she knows. I think she knows more than Campea.
And then the camper. Oh man.
Oh, you think it's Isaiah Bradley? You think it's him?
Isaiah Bradley is what? I'm not seeing the comment. Oh, that's interesting. That's possible.
It is possible, and that's why maybe his son.
I think Isaiah most likely he's being controlled by
Blue
the
Jay?
leader. I think
Yeah,
it's very
Yeah,
likely.
that's what was.
I was saying that.
Yeah.
I was saying that. Hey,
Right.
Blue Jay. Oh, look.
How's it going? How's it going?
What's up, Blue Jay?
What up? What's
Yeah,
up?
everything's good, good.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's good.
Oh
So
my
it's-
god, that's so funny. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something. You guys know the reality TV show Bar Rescue?
Yeah, I watched that before.
Okay, so it's on right now, and they have Danny Trejo in the episode yelling at people.
Oh, we should get Day Trail in the MCU. Get
so
Day Trail
funny.
in the MCU.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Day Trail in the MCU. He could be like, I don't know.
Well, Danny Trejo was in Star Wars. I mean, that was Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
though, so
Yeah.
there's a connection. You know, I am surprised Robert Rodriguez hasn't made a Marvel movie yet, or a Marvel.
Isn't he
TV
doing
show.
I think he's talked about that though.
isn't he doing Battlestar? Isn't he doing The sequel to
I don't
Alita,
think
right?
he's into Marvel all that
Is
much.
he doing
That's
Alita?
the
The
thing.
sequel to Alita?
Well, if they get the Elite sequel going, yeah. I mean, it's a hope.
Rosie Salazar is in a Marvel movie, isn't she? Isn't this
Well,
one?
she's supposed to be in this movie
Yeah.
as Diamondback, I think, or
Yeah.
one of the members of the Serpent Society. But I don't know if they cut her out of the movie.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
remember,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
Serpent Society was going to be in this movie, and then like
Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
cut them,
Yeah.
kind of cut all that out.
Yeah. Seth Rollins was supposed to be in it. What's up, Blue Jay? How do you think? Blue Jay, what are your thoughts on the trailer, man?
I liked the trailer a lot. I wasn't really expecting much out of it because so far for me, I'm very kind of selective when it comes to Marvel. After all the news has been all around about about the MCU and stuff, mostly excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. But from what I've seen, I like what I'm seeing. Reminding me so much of Winter Soldier. It's giving me Winter Soldier vibes. I like the cast. Giancarlo Esposito, he looks cool. The Red Hulk looks cool from what I've seen. And the biggest plus for me is that this comes out on my birthday,
Nice.
Valentine's Day.
Nice. Well,
So
hopefully it's good.
That's
yeah,
cool.
it's probably better than Madam Web that came out on
I'm.
my
Sh-
birthday as well.
I see. I
I get Thunderbolt.
nothing.
I get Thunderbolts during my birthday month, so
Nothing can be worse than Madam Reb. Okay.
that is the other
It's not
part.
that hard.
I was
It's
gonna
not.
say-
It's not a challenge. It's
I
not
guess
that
that comes on my birthday. I think. I don't know.
Do you guys think this movie's going to tie
Okay.
in at all with Thunderbolts?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a little
Because I
bit.
feel
Yeah.
like this movie might be a lead into Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just saying with the Celestial, because
should be-
that's
and
also
also-
rumored.
It's
Yeah.
like a companion piece to Thunderbolts. Like it feels.
Well,
like,
oh wait, sorry, it's not called Thunderbolts. It's called Thunderbolts Star.
No, they
Not-
changed it. They changed it.
Yeah, they're
Smash
saying
it.
that the title isn't like the
Plus they're-
star in the title. I think it's going to be called Dark Avengers, but they're not going to reveal that. till
Well, they
Comic-Con or
changed the.
something.
I don't know why they did that. That was like them just saying that
That's
it's
because it
Dark
doesn't- you're
Avengers
blinded.
without saying it's Dark Avengers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they basically
stupid.
said like the star will mean something
Because-
once the movie.
Yeah,
comes
the
out.
asterisks,
not-
but they took
because-
away the asterisks. They
Because
changed it again
They're
back
not.
to
They're not really
Thunderbolts.
anti-heroes. That's why. That's what you're thinking. The grass. Blinded. They're not really.
Well, they're not
Thunder-
the Thunderbolts from the
Yeah.
original Thunderbolts. They're like this like new iteration where they're pretty much like the Suicide Squad, but
But
if
the
they're gonna
difference
make them
is-
like the Dark Avengers,
But they're
I
not
don't
like
really
the Suicide
understand
Squad. The
that.
Suicide Squad are like almost pure villains. These guys are not in the Thunderbolts. They're not
Yeah.
really like Bucky is not a villain. He was under mind control. He's not a villain. Okay.
I just don't understand why they can't just do the Thunderbolts plot and call it. I mean, at the end of the movie, call it Dark Avengers, but they would have to have a team that is pretending to be the Avengers. That's the premise of the Thunderbolts: is they're villains pretending to be superheroes. So I
The
don't
Suicide
understand.
Squad. The Suicide Squad are a bunch of villains learning to become more on villain. Like have some like you're not pure evil. The Thunderbolts are not like that.
Yeah.
The Thunderbolts are not like that, right? Like
Yeah, I
Right,
mean,
they're-
and recently I don't. Marvel is just all over the place with the Thunderbolts. So
yeah.
I don't know if the movie's good or going to be good or not. I know.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying because I tried to talk with a friend of mine who was more excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, and he's saying, "Oh, Ryan Reynolds is gonna fix the MCU." And I'm like, "What do you?" It's like, no, he's not. It's only one movie. It's only
Yeah.
it's only people say they're trying to fix the MCU because of one movie, which I'm sure is gonna be good, but it's only one movie. You don't even know what happens
Only
with
thing that
Captain
can
America
fix-
or Thunderbolts.
Only thing that can fix the
Yeah.
MCU is consistency.
Well, they
Yeah.
have to create forward momentum again.
Yeah,
That's the biggest
exactly.
problem. They have to create
And you only
forward
can do that.
momentum.
You only can do that with consistency, right? Because if you have one good movie and then the next movie is bad, it's not a good look.
The bigger
Well, they
problem-
also have to build up to something too because
that's
they
true,
keep
too.
saying, "Yeah, we're gonna do Secret Wars," but there's like 3 different fucking plots that are going on where you're like, "Is this gonna be resolved? Is this going to lead into Secret Wars?" Like, no one.
I feel the
knows.
multiverse stuff is still like a big detriment because it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all over the
I-
place. Like the Fantastic Four is supposedly placed in another universe, but in 1960s, and I'm
Right.
just like, okay,
Well, the whole I like if that rumor is true that Deadpool and Wolverine is introducing another concept of the multiverse, like
Kind of turning it to kind of like.
By the way, don't freaking don't read IGN. IGN posted a whole spoiler thing about like the first hour of the movie. I'm like, why would you?
Why
Sorry, the
would
first
IGN
half
do
hour.
that?
first
Oh,
Yeah,
half
they
that, that,
post
hour.
like
that
a
they should lose
full.
credibility for that.
They posted like a full breakdown of the first 30 minutes of the movie. I'm like, why would you do that? Why?
Yeah, that 30 minutes is I seen it. That's a lot of shit happens in that 30 minutes, surprisingly. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
feel Deadpool and Wolverine is gonna be heavily action packed.
Well, it seems like
Well, it's very
Deadpool.
heavy on cameos. We could say that.
Yeah, I'm sure Deadpool and Wolverine will like offer some insight into Secret Wars. Probably not too much, but it's got to come into focus at some point. You know.
Well, I think the movie is going to tie heavy into Secret Wars, based on the fact that okay, the concept of if there's a hero, an anchor hero, if the anchor hero is
Supposedly that's Deadpool.
well, no, the anchor hero is rumored to be Wolverine.
Wolverine. Oh, okay.
So they have to keep Wolverine alive with so that means he's not going to die.
Well, isn't Wolverine technically? Is he a Nexus being
A Nexus being?
like
No.
Wanda, Doctor Strange?
No, he's not. No way.
No, when not in this, not in the MCU.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen the movie, but why would he be a Nexus being?
Because there's different. There would be like because this is not the same Wolverine from Logan.
It is the same. It's highly likely this is the same Wolverine from Logan, and he's when he dies in Logan,
Oh, it
that
could
whole
be.
universe dies.
It could be
That's
before
what
Logan.
people
It could be
are.
before Logan happens, though.
It's definitely before Logan. It's just we don't know to what extent,
Ah,
like what. Because, like I said, I have that theory.
Do you
My
guys?
theory is Deadpool is going to take him, right at the moment when the X-Men dies. That's my guess, and
Well,
that's why
real
he
quick,
has the suit.
real quick. There is a list going around about the Marvel panel. Do you want to see
The
it?
list? Yeah, I want
sure.
to see it.
Okay, I'm gonna read it off to you. Okay.
Oh, spoilers! You gotta say
Oh boy,
spoilers.
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 Rumors, and spoilers.
Rumors. Okay.
This is the rumor. Okay. Avengers 5, they'll announce a new writer.
Again.
Avengers 5, they'll announce a
Wait a
writer
minute.
and a director.
I thought. Wasn't Michael Waldron doing Avengers 5?
No, he just
Well,
left.
no, yeah, they're reporting that he's left the project. He's only
When did he
making Secret
leave?
Wars.
They just said he
Apparently,
left
Yeah,
today.
apparently.
Today?
Yeah, that
No,
was a rumor
yesterday
today.
or the day before.
Oh,
Yesterday. I didn't
whatever.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that he's just gonna write Secret Wars. He's not gonna do Avengers 5 because apparently Avengers 5 is gonna be something totally different now. So Avengers 5, new writer and director. They're gonna announce Thor 5 with a new director.
Good.
Blade.
Thor 5.
They're gonna talk about Blade, but it is getting delayed again.
Yeah, no, that's not a surprise.
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds will be there to announce that they're returning for the next Avengers film. So probably Secret Wars.
Okay.
Avengers Secret Wars, they're gonna announce a director. There will be no King announcements. So no announcements on what they're doing with King.
Mm.
Armor Wars, they're gonna give it a new logo. They're gonna announce Shang-Chi 2
They announced
with
the
the
date
lo-
for Armor Wars too, right?
with
They
a
announced the date?
logo, release date, and a potential subtitle for Shang-Chi 2.
Mm.
Thunderbolts will get an exclusive trailer for Comic-Con. They're gonna formally announce the X-Men movie with the logo.
Okay.
The entire Fantastic Four cast will come out on stage. Doctor Strange 3 will be announced with a logo.
Mm.
And here's some other stuff. This is the crazier stuff. You ready for this? This is the crazier stuff.
Okay.
Marvel Studios will announce they are developing their first animated theatrical film.
Okay. That one was a rumor that we
they're
talked
going to announce
about,
their first ever theatrical animated film.
But what would it be about? That's the
No
thing.
idea. That's all it says. They're going to announce their first animated film. That's it. That's all
Wait
it
a
says.
minute.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Is the crazy stuff, are they going to announce they're making
Is
a...
Avengers
This
5?
one is pretty crazy. Hold on, wait. In that list, does it talk about the video game?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Avengers 5.
Avengers 5 new title.
This
Fantastic Four. They're gonna give it
Okay.
official synopsis. Thor 5 gets a logo. X-Men. They're gonna announce what characters will be part of the lineup, which I have a hard time believing that, but who knows?
Yeah, that.
They're gonna formally announce Midnight Suns.
Yeah,
Thunderbolts new synopsis. Oh, they're gonna formally announce Black Panther 3 with Ryan Coogler set to return to write and direct.
Okay.
They're gonna formally announce Young Avengers.
Oh,
Oh no,
that's an automatic L.
This is that
they're
project.
doing.
Oh.
I think they're doing what DC is doing.
And
They're
here's the
announcing
big
more
one.
stuff.
This is the really big one. You ready for this? They're going to announce a Scarlet Witch movie.
Okay, that was rumored too. So
Yeah. Apparently, though, some of these announcements may be saved for D23, but these are a list of announcements coming this year. So
I
we
mean,
shall
I
see.
don't know. The only thing that was semi shocking is the animated movie because yeah, what would that be about?
That is the question of the day.
I'm also hoping that MCU video game rumor is also true, so we could see what that looks like. Because those are the only things where I'm like, okay, how would that work?
Yeah.
Like if this is all
And all
connected.
these are rumors, so we'll see if any of this is true. I mean, I
Yeah.
doubt it, but it is interesting.
Well, the thing is, all I know is that Avengers 5 is supposed to start shooting next year because Ben Cumberbatch basically said that.
Yeah, that's what they're all saying, but it could get delayed. You know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they have the production start time, but then they're like, "Oh, we're not ready yet," and
But
they just keep pushing it.
He also did. Yeah. He also did say that Zach same thing last year too.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, if they're gonna announce Avengers 5 with a writer and a director, wouldn't they have a title? I feel like they would have a title.
They should just call it Avengers 5.
That would be confusing.
Just put 5 in the title, and the next one we just secretly
call it New Avengers. Just call it New Avengers. Just announce who the new make it about. It's about forming a new team.
If it is about New Avengers, and it's called that, the lineup needs to be stronger than what we already have.
Or what if they call it Avengers Incursion?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's about the universes getting the incursions and falling apart.
I guess, yeah.
I'm only curious about fucking Blade is at this point. Blade is just like, I'm curious, how are you going to have announced 2 Avengers movies and pretty much apparently film of the 2 Avengers movies, but not try to get
that's what I'm
the
saying.
Vampire Slayer off the ground?
Everything's getting pushed back to where I don't see Secret Wars coming out to like 2028 at the earliest.
Well, that's my here's here's just the point. So RJ, you remember 2 years ago that you did the stream with the San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes, and they said they were going to come out the same year.
Yes, so we got excited
2 years
for that.
ago, they said that.
Yeah, we got excited for that, but that was initially. Long term, you're announcing a whole entire saga, and it kind of bit them in the ass.
You know what? Remember that list of stuff that came out before Comic-Con, and some of the stuff on that list actually came true. There was one that never got announced: Hercules, the Gods.
Oh, you're talking about the copyright?
Yeah, I think Hercules would just be in Thor 5, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he would, but yeah, that copyright list that came out right before Comic-Con, whenever that was, there's some potential explanation of why some of those things weren't announced. Some people were saying they were comics that were dropped, or they were projects that they didn't move forward with. That Hercules, the thing is, like a Hercules like TV show or movie. I mean, they're doing a Wonder Man show, so I guess it's possible, but I don't know. Wait, Hercules.
The bigger question is though,
the
bigger question is though, if Young Avengers is being made, do they make that a movie or a TV show? That is the big question I have.
I think if they're gonna make it at all, just make it a TV show because it's that whole Young Avengers thing it's already a mess to begin with. So
at this point, I'm done with these Disney Plus shows is not because that
Thank
they're
you.
bad. We're just oversaturated with them. It's just so it's everywhere. I mean, Agatha
It's a lot
looks
of
good.
mediocrity. That's the
It is
problem.
a
It's a
lot
lot
of
of mediocrity.
mediocrity. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, Agatha looks good, but at the same time, I'm mostly
I don't
just.
trust. I don't trust it though. I don't
I
trust
haven't
it.
seen Secret War, so I can't keep up. So I'm only just looking at the movies for
Yeah,
what they
Secret
are.
Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Yeah, I heard that was terrible. So
Here's
I
the
didn't
thing
bother watching.
Yeah,
here's
that
the thing
first
that
episode was
I
awful.
noticed.
Not missing much.
This is what I noticed with the trailers between the movies and shows. Whether the movie's good or not, MCU trailers tend to be pretty good. When it comes to shows, the trailers just seem uninteresting.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the problem.
That's the thing. It's like, and the thing is, it's like people are going to be more excited for the movies regardless of how the movie turns out. What about the shows though? It's like I get it. There might be something set up, but it's like, do we need to see the show right away? Because it feels like
Well, they said you don't need to watch the shows, like how we were watching them before. So
yeah, that's why I haven't even seen Secret Invasion or Echo yet, because it's like I feel like there's really no rush
there's
to even see
no
those shows.
there's no reason to see those shows, to be honest.
I mean, here's
I
the thing.
like-
Here's the thing. I saw the Marvels without seeing Secret Invasion, and I feel
Echo
like
is not
I
as
feel like I
bad
didn't
as
need to
Secret
see-
Invasion, but
It was
that last episode just goes off the fucking.
See, I love.
See,
I
I'm
love
waiting until
love
Daredevil
Echo.
comes out to watch Echo. Like, I'm waiting until we get closer to Daredevil.
You don't need to. You really don't need to, because
No.
I'm guessing
I know-
it's not going to even.
I already
be
know that
addressed.
Wilson Fisk is planning on running for mayor regardless.
But see,
Yeah,
here's
that's
here's also
pretty
the
much it.
thing. Here's also the thing with these shows. These people tend to say that Marvel really doesn't have a style per se, mostly because like when you watch a MCU project, the sheen looks very bland. It just looks very boring to look at, especially their Disney Plus shows or any streaming show on Netflix. They just don't have that much style into them. They just
The thing
look
is-
very not emotional.
the thing was I watched the Disney Plus shows of Marvel. I don't think it's a Marvel style. I think it's a Disney style. Because you can say the same thing for the Star Wars shows. It's like the same production,
Oh,
same
yeah,
production
yeah.
quality.
Aaron,
Even the
I will
non-Disney
say-
Marvel, even the non-Star Wars Marvel shows that Disney does, it's like the same exact same thing.
Well, Aaron, I will say I feel like there's a difference between how Agents of Shield was made versus how the Disney
Yes,
Plus shows have been made.
yes.
I mean, regardless of
Yeah.
how you feel about Agents of Shield, I kind of dipped out of that show after season 3. But still,
Yeah, I liked
just
it for
feel
the first
like,
few seasons. It
but
was
I
good.
still
first
feel
season.
like, regardless
Quality
of how
was
you feel about
better
the
than-
show, the quality and just how that show was ran and made just feels different from the
But
Disney Plus shows. I feel like maybe because I think Agents of Shield took its sweet time to tell its story, while these shows have a mandated
that's
set
the
of
difference,
episodes.
though. But here's the difference, though. Agents of Shield is actual TV, actual
Yeah.
Yeah,
television.
that's actual TV.
versus let's spend $200 million on
And-
a 6 hour
And
six
to
hour
be
movie.
fair, to be fair, to
To
Agents
say,
of Shield,
yeah,
to be fair,
Blue
to
Jay
Agents
is
of
right
Shield,
though.
They're not. To be fair, the Agent Shield, they're not limited episode seasons. Though Agent Shield, they have more than 8 episodes, 6 or 8 episodes.
Well, that's what we're saying. The Agents of Shield is shot like a
TV show.
what you would call it, a cable TV show, which is totally
was.
different to how they shoot these. I mean, these shows are like more like movies, and yeah, they have like a writer's room and stuff, but it's not the same. Like with the TV cable, you got to be constantly shooting every year. Meanwhile, it seems like they write these shows, they have the scripts ready,
The thing
and
is,
it's almost like a movie. Like
The thing
the
is-
writers are not really involved with the production at all.
it's harder
compared
to write
to
a
a TV
TV.
show.
It's harder to write. It's much harder to write a TV show than a movie. Much harder.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's like I would say
Yeah.
6 or more people writing a 28 episode movie or show.
20
You know what I
episode
mean?
movie.
Yeah, but there's way more people, so it's not
Yeah.
as hard. Like the person who probably has the
Production
hardest job
hard
is
is
the
over.
show.
The production is longer on a TV show than a movie. That's the fact.
Yeah,
Here's a funny
yeah,
thing.
but it's not as hard.
No.
Like making a movie, I feel like. I mean, yeah, I mean
Actually, you
they're
wanna come
both
on,
hard
buddy?
in their
I sent you a
different ways,
link.
but yeah.
Here's a funny thing. When I initially heard that they were going to do, I think it was like 2019 or maybe the year prior, that they were going to do a Wanda show and a Loki show. I thought it was going to be like linear television, but that was before everything started to become like Netflix now. We're trying to make
Yeah.
these 8 episode arcs and shit. So now looking at it, 'cause initially watching WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier, it was impressive that they spend all this money for a show on a streaming service. And now it's just becoming the norm, which is kind of
It's
unhealthy for spending all this money
it's
for a
weird.
Yeah, well,
show.
they're not going to be
It's
doing
weird
that
how
moving forward.
WandaVision is considered one of the best MCU shows, and it was like the first one to come out, and like production on it was very very difficult. I mean, the other ones were very difficult, but like the quality was decent in the show. It shouldn't be that the show should not have been that good because of what COVID. If you really think
Right.
about it,
Yeah, WandaVision was not really that bigger in scope
no.
compared to the others. Like it takes place in one location in a suburban neighborhood in
But
a
it was
dome
still
that Wanda
expensive.
created.
It was
It's
expensive.
it's a period piece, so that's what made it expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive, but it's not like bigger, like globe
I'm just,
trotting like Falcon and Winter Soldier was.
I'm just saying that
No,
show should
yeah.
not have been as good as it was because of COVID affecting the production. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what Marvel is gonna do with these TV shows going forward. I'm guessing they're either gonna return to the Netflix style, or they're going to just characters who've already been established in a TV show. Just gonna get another season, and it's just gonna be a cheaper production.
well,
Or
But
they are. I think they're They're going to reduce the budgets on stuff because they said they're going to go 2 movies and two shows, right?
well,
So they're
that's
yeah,
what they
spending
should
less a
do.
year.
You know,
Hopefully,
or you know what they should do? They should just make, or here's the thing, make a character, adapt a character, make it more linear television, and just focus on
don't
animation, like X Men
don't
'97.
don't be
yeah.
surprised uh, if we see 2 movies from Marvel next year, based on the article.
It
Two
seems
movies.
like it is gonna be two
Yeah,
movies next
and
year.
that could be don't be like that could be Fantastic Four.
No, I think it's gonna be Captain America and Thunderbolts.
Well, I was
No,
looking
no,
at the
Captain America. I mean Fantastic Four being moved to 2025.
well, I was looking at the
Possibly.
website. And I was looking at what. So yeah, he's gonna be at the Marvel Fanfare panel
Yeah.
with comics editor in chief CB Cebulski. That's on Friday, so it's before the movie panel on Saturday night.
Yeah.
If I were to guess, I'm just gonna throw a guess. Maybe they're gonna announce that they're doing some synergy with the MCU. You're gonna get more MCU tie-in comics. Maybe
I don't like that.
Yeah,
it-
that's a rumor too.
it
That's
is a
another
it
rumor.
is a comic book panel. That's what it's mostly
I
about.
don't like
comic
that.
books.
I don't
You're
like
based
that.
on comic book characters, right?
I don't
Well,
like that.
I think that might happen. You know, I actually do think they're going to. It's not going to even be tie-ins. I think they're going to do in the next 3 years at least a MCU line of
the problem
books like
is-
the Ultimate Comics,
I know
but they take
blinded.
place in
I know
MCU.
you blinded. You said Marvel's doing better in DC in terms of sales, but let's be
Yeah.
honest, Marvel's still not doing well in sales, like comic books overall. Like I don't like that idea.
I mean, the thing is, they
Separate
don't
the
really
both.
need to, for Marvel and Disney. They don't need to because I mean, Degrassi said it. He told us this, and it adds up. They're just like the comics is almost like research and development
Yeah,
because they're really just there so they can have
I don't.
ideas for the movies.
I don't. Yeah,
And
Well, the
DC
com-
doesn't really
connected.
do that,
Well, yeah,
which
so
is
the
weird.
comics have gotten less and less important over the years. They're really like you said, they're just it's just about hey, if you come up with a great idea for a storyline, we'll use it for a movie in a few years down the road. You know,
Yep.
that's all.
Yeah.
They're basically use
it's
comic
become-
books. It's just
become more
yeah.
about the collector market and getting stories for the movies than anything else. It's not really about like trying
Like
to
the comic, whatever works or like clicks in the comics, guaranteed that's
I
going to be
know.
the MCU within 3 years,
Why not? Just
or
a
if
graphic
not in a
novel?
year.
Why not just do a graphic novel?
Because
like Batman
here's
did? Batman did.
Well, they did. They like I mean now it's been 10 years because it was like 2015. They were doing graphic novels. They did one called Rage of Ultron, and it was
Oh.
about Hank Pym and making Ultron, and then that just went away. So I don't think they're gonna be doing graphic novels anytime soon. I mean the Ultimate
Batman.
stuff, they're gonna continue making the Ultimate comics because that's the best-selling comics
Well, yeah,
for
that's selling
Marvel.
really well. Yeah, it's doing really
Yeah.
well for them.
And all of them are good comics. I mean, I just read the Ultimates, the second issue. There's a lot of shit going on in that comic in terms of world building, what happened to certain characters in that universe, like the Punisher being like this like weird martyr that people are copying. Like the Savage Land has been
Yeah.
taken over by Roxxon, and there's a bunch of world building in that comic, and so I mean, and they only have 4 comics right now, right? They have Spider-Man, X-Men, Black Panther, and the Ultimates. So they can introduce. I keep saying I would like to see an Ultimates Guardians of the Galaxy. What would that look like? So
Yeah,
I mean,
I
there's
think
lots
the
of
thing is though
potential.
is that it's mostly been Earth based though because that's where
Yeah,
the maker felt the most
as
threatened by Earth's
influence.
heroes.
Yeah,
Yeah, his influence. Yeah, I'm not sure if he got involved. I mean, it's possible. I'm curious because the Ultimates is seemingly
based on the Ultimates comic that just came out, I think it's not just Earth.
Oh no, of course not. No, what I'm saying
Yeah,
though is like I'm curious to see what he's doing because he's doing some really interesting things with the Hulk and She-Hulk and like
yeah.
there's gonna be a storyline coming up about Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four. Like,
hmm
could they try and what's gonna happen with that? There's some cool stuff in those comics. There really is.
By the way,
Mhm.
there's an echo. Just saying. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
it's
me.
not,
Oof.
yeah. All right,
It's really
now
weird.
let's just finish. Let's just try to
Same kind of origin story for him. If we see Ross making really
an origin
questionable
story. Origin story. Yeah, just becomes Red Hall.
choices as a leader for the greater good, I find those kinds of choices within a political thriller really,
Yeah,
really
but that's Thunderbolt Wash. He tries. What he does is for the greater good. He thinks he's doing for the greater good of America.
He's like the more evil Dumbledore, greater good.
I wouldn't necessarily say he's evil, Thunderbolt Wash.
Well, okay, maybe not evil,
Um,
but like he definitely is unethical.
He's definitely a villain
Amanda
slash
Waller. I
anti-hero.
compare more to Amanda Waller.
I mean, it really depends on who
Um,
he's going up against.
Yeah, I think I would say he's more like Amanda Waller. You know, because Amanda Waller.
Well, I feel like Amanda Waller is more leaning toward a villain, to be honest.
Oh yeah, she can be. Especially in the live action Amanda Waller. Whew, that's the
Yeah, because I
interesting.
mean, Red Hulk has been on the Avengers, so
because
I would say
there's
he's
sometimes where Amanda Waller does have a change of heart and does the right thing from time to time. If you
well,
watch,
not what's going on right now in the comics. I'm not sure if you're following
I
that.
know, but if you saw some other stuff that she's in, like right,
I think the comics that they're setting up right now, I think James Gunn might take some influence from it because it is going to have major repercussions. So,
mm-hmm.
Love when we get the political machinations of the world thrown into our Marvel universe. And I'm hoping we have some really interesting discussions about how you lead, what is right, how do you deal with a world filled with, superheroes and villains and all of that. What is your bigger gun? And I think that's going to be a really interesting story.
One of the interesting things that really stood out to me in the trailer was in the conversation in the Oval Office with Sam, the president says, I want to talk to you about making Captain America an official military position again.
Exactly.
That's not what they said in that scene in the footage we saw at CinemaCon.
Well, that's a
In the footage we saw at CinemaCon, he says, I want to talk to you about helping me to reestablish the Avengers.
Well, that's two completely different things.
Whoa.
well, then if that's what I think maybe they edited it in the trailer because that's the
They could.
I mean that's the rumor of what's happening in Thunderbolts. That the government is going to assemble their own Avengers. And that's why that asterisk would come into play because they're the Dark Avengers. So I think that makes sense. Yeah, I think they probably edited it. They've done that before, so
Yeah, they have. Yeah, because you know.
Completely different
Well,
things.
here's the
But
thing: if that's the case, don't show it in the trailer, man. Have a surprise.
Well, yeah, they did. Well, they didn't show it in the trailer. I mean, they only. I
I
didn't know
mean, it
that until
might.
they said that. So
Well, they saw a CinemaCon
yeah.
a different trailer because
I mean,
some of the stuff in
we could see that line in another trailer, right? A second
because
trailer, the full
they
trailer.
saw they saw a trailer CinemaCon, but the one that we got this weekend, like they said earlier in this video, is because they added new stuff to it and they had to reorganize the trailer.
Right. I mean, it makes
Maybe.
sense. It makes sense.
The thing is, I guess I want to reestablish the event. I want to reestablish Avengers. That's probably a big spoiler.
Because the thing is, if you think about it, that is, I mean, Thunderbolt Ross's whole concern was that the Avengers they don't, like they don't have any government oversight. That was the whole point of the
But they do.
Sokovia
They always
Accords.
had. The Avengers were always a part of the government, weren't
Not in the
they?
MCU. Not in the MCU.
No.
That's
Well, if
his
they're
point.
under the protect, if they're under the protect, aren't they under
Shield
the Shield?
assembled them, but they weren't like,
Should they
like
be?
they really weren't under
Well, they're like the
like
Justice
even
League.
even yeah, they were pretty much like a free, I don't know, a free
They're like the Justice League,
organization.
right? They're like the Justice League because the Justice League's not under any world stuff, under any world.
Because even didn't they say, was this in Age of Ultron? Didn't Tony Stark say that they were funding them and before Shield was funding them, but then Shield fell?
Oh yeah, so they are the
So
so they are the Justice League because that's exactly what the Justice League is like.
yeah. I mean it makes sense that the government would be like, well, we need to have our own
Yeah, because
Avengers.
who's gonna watch you guys? Like you have to find who's
Yeah,
gonna
I
watch
mean,
you
if
guys.
you think about it, that's been something that
I
they've been
mean,
talking about for
and
quite some time.
and
That
if you watch the
idea.
Justice League animated series, when they go to Unlimited, remember it was about the government versus the Justice League. Because can we trust the Justice League?
Yeah,
What if the Justice League takes over, becomes a fascist government, tries to run the world? Like, what are we gonna
right.
do? Right? I guess it's kind of like
Well, if
that.
you think about it, I mean, yeah, the government would have a lot of points because
Yeah,
even though Tony Stark was trying to side with them, did they ever? I'm maybe blanking on this, but did they ever bring up the whole the Iron Legion that he was trying to build
I
and
don't
how that
remember. I just remember in the Justice League animated
that was
series.
I'm
I
gonna
just
have to
remember.
watch Civil War again because that was one of the things where I'm like, why?
I
I
just
felt I felt like in Civil War, Captain America and Iron Man felt like they I feel like they should have been on the same side uh,
I do too
in the MCU at least.
because Captain America is about democracy. I know he has to try to protect his friend Bucky because he knows.
Well, think
Yeah,
about the arcs because it's not just about that. Like Captain America just went through
yeah.
Shield and what happened with Shield, and Iron Man was totally anti-government for most of the MCU's since
Yes,
we
he
known the
was.
character.
But he doesn't want. But the government. But he sees that the government has a point. What if we get too big and the
Well,
government
isn't
tries?
that his fault? That was
Yeah.
his fault, not
I mean,
everybody else's fault.
in the Justice League Unlimited series, was it the third season? That's what the government, by cabinets and all that stuff, feared, right? With the Justice League, Batman is like Batman's always going to be his allies to Justice League, but he tells the Justice League that they do have a point, though,
Right.
right? They do have a point, but Superman's always willing to work with the government in the comics and stuff for the right causes.
I, f-
Batman, Batman isn't though.
I feel like the MCU, this is why the multiverse saga is either going, it's so weird, right? Because it's like it's not going fast enough. They're establishing a lot of characters, but they're not establishing key characters for this universe. Because if you think about it, why doesn't the MCU have its own Illuminati? That's something I don't understand. That it's like, okay, we
Maybe,
introduced that concept. Why not tell us that there's one in the MCU?
maybe they're going to
Well,
reestablish that the Illuminati.
and oh,
The Illuminati, yeah, because the Illuminati, like in Doctor Strange, it doesn't even make any sense. It's so
Well,
stupid they introduced that.
I don't think they should use Illuminati. Man, if they have to change the title
They have
of
to.
but
They have
Illuminati is a
to.
dangerous word to use, though.
The No, it's not. They said it's called the Illuminati in Doctor Strange. The whole point of the Illuminati, I mean, it's in the name. They're a secret group, right? And the whole point is that in leading up to Secret Wars, the Illuminati knew about the incursions and they didn't know what to do about it.
You know, whenever I
And
hear
Captain
Illuminati,
America. Yeah, say George.
no, sorry, I was gonna make jokes. Say, whenever I hear the Illuminati, I remember like someone in my 10th grade social studies class asking our teacher, "Do you believe in the Illuminati?" And he'd be like,
Exactly.
"No." Next question.
Oh man.
Like, no, sorry. It's just every time I hear Illuminati, I think back to that moment.
Oh man. But I
There
mean,
is
it's in the title, right? It's supposed to be a shadow like government run by the world's,
Yeah.
best
New World
people.
Order. I mean, that's why they changed the title. They thought, I guess.
So, and the thing is, in the, leading up to Secret Wars, they brainwashed Captain America because Captain America was like, we can't kill these people on the other planet during the incursions, and they wiped his mind, and he never knew he was a Illuminati member. And then that eventually got exposed. And so that's the thing. I mean, they killed like we don't have Black Panther anymore. And they're not going to do that with Shuri. I mean, Shuri kind of makes sense to be on the Illuminati because she is smart, but she's just too young. She's inexperienced, and she's also not the leader of Wakanda. So
Well, I feel like based on her personality in the MCU as well, I can't see her joining that group.
no, it
Like
doesn't
like this
doesn't
I
like
really make
this
can't.
sense.
I
version.
can't see I can't see Sam Wilson joining that group. He'd be like,
Sam
no.
Wilson would technically have to join that group though because they don't have anybody else. Tony Stark's dead. There's no Professor
Yeah.
X.
See,
Black
it
Bolt. Who
doesn't. It
knows
doesn't
what happened
fit
to
his
Black
per.
Bolt in the
I
MCU?
mean, any hero should not fit that group. It doesn't fit their personality. Like you don't.
The only characters in the MCU that might work is like, yeah, I would say Sam Wilson, Bruce Banner. Probably gonna have to put Captain Marvel because there's nobody
But they're
else.
but they're no better than Thanos.
Doctor Strange.
They're no
No,
better than Thanos if they do that.
well, the thing is, that's the whole
Wait,
point
hold
of the
on. What
Illuminati, though.
about
That's the point.
Yeah.
what about when the Fantastic Four come in? What about Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic would be on the Illuminati too if he joins the MCU, right? And we get to see him in the MCU
Was it Namor an original
before.
member as well?
Yep.
But
Namor, but the thing is, again, Namor hasn't really been established that much, but yeah,
Yeah.
he would be a member. So yeah, there's a lot of key characters that they're missing. The thing is, there's not characters that are similar that they can replace them with. That's why I say there's maybe, like I said, Sam Wilson, Captain Marvel, Hulk, Doctor Strange. That's about it. Like I can't think of any other. Maybe they can have Nick Fury on the team too. But the whole point is, the thing is, it's stupid because in Endgame we've actually seen them talk behind the scenes. Remember, they were all communicating after, like, during the 5 years. That should have been the Illuminati. That's where that idea should have come up, where it's like we need to all like communicate behind the scenes to make sure things are okay.
Mhm.
That would have been an interesting plot point. I don't know why they should have established that because that would have been a big deal. That's what I'm saying. The MCU, man, like it's
know,
right
if
there.
Long way
It's
off.
right
if
there.
Long way off.
anything,
But
if anything, the whole multiverse stuff is just that. Like I said, it's complicating things. Because I've always thought the whole multiverse thing is just nothing but an excuse to bring back a character that was already
Yeah.
dead, just to
Or
not bring them back
cameos.
in.
That's what I
Cameos.
think that idea
It's,
was.
it's cheap to me. Like it's cool, but it's cheap to me.
The thing is, like, we kind of. The thing is, like, Secret Wars is such a, like, both the new one and obviously the old one. Like, that was such a big, especially the old one. The old one was such a big deal for Marvel because that was like when I would say that's like the height of Marvel in terms of like their editor, in terms of like the storylines, like what they were doing. And that really got them in the groove and the thinking about the idea of doing movies. Yes, they eventually went into bankruptcy and all that stuff happened, but the idea of doing crossovers, merchandise, potentially doing cartoons and all these different things, that really came from doing Secret Wars because the editor at the time, Jim Shooter, that guy is like probably the most like influential editor at Marvel. He did a lot of fucking. He's the one that pretty much put most of these writers that everybody says are like classic writers, right? Classic runs on characters, right? Like Frank Miller doing Daredevil. That was like, without that, we wouldn't have no Daredevil show, right? Like the whole idea of this dark, gritty Daredevil that wouldn't exist. So I don't know. Marvel really needed to have someone like a James Gunn who was just gonna sit down and like plot the idea of what could eventually happen, and then you could do whatever you want in between as long as you're moving to the next thing, right? Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness should have established MCU Illuminati and set up incursions. And
He's
then,
also.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I'm
no,
talking a lot.
no, you finished, blind.
No. I'm okay now. Yeah, I'm talking a lot.
Oh,
So,
oh no, it's just I have another. Here's a question. Um, from I know, I like Kevin Feige. I like what he did to the industry and stuff like that. But if he ever steps down, what do you think as his replacement would be,
Somebody
or should he
underneath
be?
him.
I don't know who would the replacement be, to be
Well,
honest.
well, maybe not who, but like,
Somebody who's
what
worked
do
for
you?
him.
Yeah. So, what do you think if this the new boss would do for the MCU? Like, what would they should do?
Copy and Fahey.
If I was them, I think after like Secret Wars, I know people because I'm always in this camp. Uh, I think they should just reboot it afterward. If you're going to continue with X-Men, start with X-Men. Start with like the core, like the
Well,
original core Marvel characters. Like reestablish a deal with Sony with Spider-Man. I would probably recast the majority some of these characters. Because I think it makes some sense, right? Like and kind of do like a new era, right? Like maybe this is too expensive, but like a time period
you could do a
piece
reboot
with
like the comics do. Yeah,
if Marvel Comics has never done a reboot.
I mean they did. Well,
That's
well,
what
why
and
not
there's a
now?
rumor now. There's a
Yeah,
rumor now that they're going
yeah,
to.
yeah.
They're thinking about doing a
I
reboot
heard about
like
that rumor.
DC.
Well,
So,
congrats us. Well, come watch the video with us. We're kind of dissecting and we're talking other stuff too. So
oh, that's funny.
I welcome you here, man. Welcome to my channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to ask
I don't know.
that. Yeah, I just want to. I just curious. I'm like, if there, like, well, if, well, I know it's gonna be happen. I know it's gonna happen inevitably. But
Mm,
if a new guy comes in, runs Marvel, would they continue, or would they kind of just weave off a little bit? I know they say they're gonna be doing a lot of stuff outside the MCU, which for me, I'm kind of all for.
I can't.
right.
Like their animated stuff.
I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think if it's someone who is like they were I don't want to say not in the bad way, but they're grooming this person to be the next Kevin Feige.
I'm
Oh my
wait.
no.
I
Yeah,
know.
there's no other word. I'm like, well, this is
But
the word, but
the thing
okay.
is, grooming is not a technically a bad word. It's just how you
No, but
use it.
that's what that is. That they're
Yeah.
grooming for him to be the replacement, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's not a bad
So
word. It's just how you use it in context.
now,
That's
well,
it.
yeah, the term now also
I
means
know.
something else. But
It's just been hijacked that way.
the
That's
thing
why.
is, the problem is, there's also another thing, right? Because there's several producers now who also run certain sections of Marvel, and I think that's is a factor of why the movies and the TV shows are not super connected. And what I think they need to go back to do is I keep saying this, just have a fucking lore book, have a lore master, so to speak. That's what James Gunn did, but James Gunn was never like I guess he was like an executive producer, and he was in the writing room. Degrassi's mentioned this too. Like we've seen this, right? But they need to have like, okay, we're gonna bring on this writer because this guy knows some of the multiverse or he's familiar with these characters that we're going to use. That's how they should build the writers' room or the consultative room, so to speak. And then I think they need to plot out where they want to go and anything you could put any movie in between as long as it is moving the story forward. The point is the story needs to move forward. I would get rid of the idea of prequels going back and forth in time. The MCU worked when it was just every movie where it's almost like we're moving in time, right? And I think the comics never really did that idea because the problem is the characters are supposed to age slowly, right? Um, it's weird, right? It's like in the in the 616 universe, I think the timeline is like something that happened in the 60s, like that might have been maybe 10 years ago in current day, 10, 15 years ago at most. But it's not supposed to be like in our time, right? Because then the characters would they would age out of the role, right? So I mean these comics are weird. You know, that's what it is. The comics are really weird and they're supposed to be ongoing and doing that in a movie universe is hard unless you recast and you reboot
Yeah.
or or what they're doing, which I don't think is working, is you just have legacy characters take on the mantle of other characters.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know, it doesn't necessarily work. Like I think I don't know. Captain America could work. It could be a success, but if they don't reference Steve Rogers in this movie, you know people are going to be like, "Where's Steve Rogers? Is he going to come back?" Especially if he is alive, because guess what? There's been Old Man Steve. That's not a, you know, that happened in the comics. We're
Yeah.
going to ask. So
Yeah. If he, hey, there's always a chance that he's gonna show up. You never
I
know.
would hope. The thing is, why not just cast an older actor? It doesn't need to be Chris Evans.
Yeah. What's the what's the opposite of DH? What do they call it? Oh,
Well, they
DH.
can get. Well, yeah, they would put makeup on and
Oh.
age up. That's what they did to Chris Evans. But
Usually when we talk about DH, it's usually when they do use programs to DH a guy. It's not like
yeah. Well, you can age up people too, but
yeah,
not
yeah.
very common. I mean,
It's
sometimes
easier.
they use it with makeup.
It's easier to make somebody look older in makeup than younger.
Yeah, but the thing is, making someone look who's older look younger, I think
Yeah.
is harder
Yeah.
now because they move differently. Like
Yeah.
I think we
Exactly.
talked about this, like with the Irishman and how Robert De Niro was moving. You could tell he's old. It's just
Yeah.
it's distracting.
You can see
But
that Harrison Ford, right? When they de-aged him, right?
yeah,
In the opening of the last movie, yes, the Dial of
yeah,
Destiny, right?
Dial of Destiny. Yeah,
Dial of Destiny in the beginning, right? He didn't do a lot of action when he was trying to escape on the
no,
train because he was yeah.
yeah, and I'm sure also too they had maybe a stunt double as well. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, Marvel. The thing is, I would say some of the stuff could have been avoided. You know, they didn't need to have this problem. And it's funny now how when we, like just a year ago we were saying Marvel has problems and no one was admitting to them, but now you have Kevin Feige and these
Marvel
other
comes out and say
producers
yeah,
and saying it. Yeah, that's the part is always annoying. It's just like, well, we
yeah.
told you.
Be something that he does say to Sam in another part of the movie, and they just edit it in there. But in the footage in CinemaCon, when he's talking to Sam in the Oval Office, he says the reason he wants to talk to him is about reestablishing the Avengers.
Right.
And here it's about I want to reestablish Captain America being an official military position
And I
again.
hope
those
it's that. That's so
I-
interesting.
Well, it's gonna be both.
Yeah.
So
What if it's the same scene? It's just different. Right. That's all. That right?
yeah,
In the same scene.
yeah. I mean,
I think
it's the
those are
same
two
thing.
different conversations because
Yeah.
there was
It did because they did edit the trailer, like they said earlier in the stream. They edited the trailer. So from the one they
Yeah,
saw,
but I
they
mean,
edited.
once they say, "Hey, can we establish Captain America as a
Yes,
government official?" Then you're saying we're gonna need the Avengers to also be a government
and
sanctioned
I can see Sam
organization, right?
Wilson. I can see Sam Wilson be like, "You tried that. You tried that once. It's not going to work. That it didn't work then. It didn't work this time." I think that's referring to Civil War. I can see him saying that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, we'll see
And
because I will see because I think this movie is gonna be dealing with maybe Captain America is already a
yeah,
sanctioned like working for the government, and it's not gonna work out so well.
I always thought it was when he became a soldier. Wasn't he technically in the army? Don't they technically work
Yeah,
for
he was in the army. Sam Wilson, yeah.
a
Yeah.
boardroom table in that scene where he's
Yes.
talking about the Avengers, and this was in the Oval Office. So
Mhm.
he's probably reeling him in, and then he's like, "I want to make you a military asset." And
Exactly.
He's like, "Oh man."
I also want to point something else out.
Okay.
One of my biggest complaints about Marvel over the past couple of years, and a lot of people have had this complaint about the disconnectedness of it, but sometimes it's really practical. For example, I don't know, in the Eternals, a planet-sized being started to emerge out of what I think was the Indian Ocean and has never been acknowledged anywhere. But for those you
Okay.
Well,
Why
there's a
does that-
reason.
Why does it have to be acknowledged in every single thing? Does it have to be acknowledged? What came out after Eternals? Hawkeye. Doesn't need to be acknowledged in Hawkeye.
Uh,
Doctor
yeah,
Strange.
but-
it doesn't- or
But the
Spider-Man.
problem is, none of those movies all took place at different time periods, and
Yes.
I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
they
you're
took
correct.
place. Yeah, so that's why I don't. And they didn't know. The writers who wrote the stuff didn't know that was happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, they're right. It's a mess up on Marvel's part because if you're gonna do something that is pretty like, hey, people should acknowledge this, you know, and yeah, that means every project needs to be on pace with what the other projects are doing. Because there was some writer for a Marvel show who came out recently saying that they had an idea to do something and Marvel said no because another show was going to do that exact same thing.
Which show was? What was it?
I don't remember what it was. It might have been She-Hulk, but I could be wrong.
Oh.
I don't remember what it was, but that's the thing. It's like they know what all the Kevin Feige and the producers know what projects are doing what, but the people making the stuff, they don't know. They just know, hey, we can't use a specific character because of, legal reasons, or, this character's being used, or, they put specific reasons on why you can't use characters, but, MCU's. This is why it makes sense. Make 2 movies and 2 TV shows a year and call it quits. That's it. That's all you need. Don't be making like, 4 TV shows and 3 movies, and man, it's a mess when they do stuff like that. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
They do need to keep it simple. I'm
Attention.
sorry, it's just like I feel like there's too much quality and not quality, too much stuff coming out, and a lot of it like it takes forever to address again. Like when's She-Hulk ever gonna get addressed again, or Moon Knight?
Mhm.
Like nothing. It feels like nothing really gets addressed
But-
after a while.
Where was Vince Vaughn gonna get his old movie, man? I mean, he's been everywhere in the multiverse saga. When's we gonna get him his own stuff? Give Vaughn a show.
Well, when is Doctor Strange gonna be the Sorcerer Supreme again?
Hi. Don't. No. Here's the thing. Don't do it. Doctor Strange, I'm sorry, but he's incompetent. Okay, he can
Well,
be
he
incompetent.
only got demoted because he got snapped. That's why.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but like when he was doing a spell with No Way Home, yeah, Spider-Man technically distracted him. You think he couldn't just shrug off the distractions and just have
Yeah.
that perfect spell or something like that or whatever?
If there was an abridged version of the MCU, they would say, "We need Doctor Strange being competent just for this one scene."
And I'm like,
Mm.
Doctor Strange in the MCU, they made him weak because if you have Spider-Man able to take him out, able to stop him, and I know there's, yeah, it is
I
Spider-Man.
mean, quick question. He probably was going easy on Spider-Man because that's his ally. He's not going to go all out on a teenager that.
But he
helped
could
him
have
defeat
stopped. He could have
Thanos.
stopped Spider-Man easily, though. He could just like,
Well,
He's
what
not
does
so-
Stan Lee say?
whoever writes the story, whoever wins,
Yeah.
writes. Yeah, I can't.
I don't really care who. Like, yeah, we all know like strength-wise who's supposed to like.
I understand
win,
this.
but-
I understand the Scarlet Witch is very, very powerful, more powerful than Doctor Strange. But Doctor Strange has one thing that Scarlet Witch has: he's more intelligent.
Yeah, but I mean, he did like Peter. Like it's not
Peter-
like he won physically. It was like I
Oh.
just like outwitted you. That's all it really was.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was like, yeah,
You're
Spider-Man
very
beating the
smart.
shit out of Doctor Strange, yeah, we would all be like, what the hell?
I
Does
just
that really
think
make sense? But
I just think there's something to make Doctor Strange less intelligent than he really is in the MCU.
yeah. Well,
That's
to be fair, the MCU has not really shown us a lot of Doctor Strange, even
no.
though, yeah, he was in No Way Home, but it's not like, Doctor Strange is doing a lot of different things in the comics, so it is kind of
And
weird
he is
how
kind of
he's treated in the MCU.
he is kind of an asshole in the MCU. I'm not sure if he's not an asshole in the comics though. He's not like that in the comics.
I don't know. He's kind of weird. He's a weird
He is
character.
weird. Oh yeah.
In a couple of shots in this trailer, it looks like, and let's pull up the next one there too. It looks like
You can see at the top that's coming out of the ocean there. at the
that's
top.
coming out of the ocean there. You can see at the
And then
top
I
of the
spot,
screen.
and then I spotted this. I was like, hold, reel it back. See at the top that's coming out of the ocean there. at the
That's
top.
coming out of the ocean there. You can see at the
And
top
then
of the screen.
And then I spotted this. I was like, hold, reel it back.
It looks like a drone.
As
What
the
is
rockets
that?
were being launched out of the ship,
Timot's not coming out of the ocean. He's already out of the ocean. Because they stopped. The Eternal stopped Timoth from fully coming out, right? If I remember.
Yeah, he's in the ocean, and part of him is the
He's
top
trapped.
part is, yeah.
He's trapped in the Earth, right? Like half of him is
Mhm.
trapped. Yeah. But what happens if they do accidentally release Timoth and the Earth is all gone?
Yeah, Earth is gone.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head out.
All right,
All
man.
right, Blue Jay.
Take care, Blue
Yep.
Jay.
It was nice talking to you, man.
Yep, nice talking to you too, man.
Later.
Yep, you have a good one.
You too.
Yep.
You know the exit? Just All right, he found the way. Okay.
looks like they're actually fighting around Tiamat, the Celestial, coming out of the water.
Because that's not. What else would that be?
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. It has to be.
Yeah,
And then
Godzilla?
there's this shot, which is the hand.
which
Oh,
you
wow,
can totally
movie.
see
No, it
looks
is-
like
it
the
is
hand
that.
coming out of the water, which would make sense because maybe, and now we're just speculating, but maybe like
No, I was just joking because a lot of Marvel actors were in the Godzilla and Kong universe.
Hmm.
I'm just making that joke. If you watch from Godzilla from Elizabeth Olsen, Aaron Taylor Johnson, from the
Well,
first
do you know the Justice League are fighting Godzilla and King Kong right now?
Here's the thing. I know I'm gonna get heat for this, but Superman could take out Godzilla easily. 'Cause-
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's Superman, so
yeah, exactly. You don't need a Justice League against Godzilla or King Kong. But in the comics, you can't make an overpowered. You can't
well,
have-
everybody wants to see all the characters fight. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It would be boring if you just had Superman
You know,
punch Godzilla.
Here's the thing.
The
though.
story
If
would
you're-
end.
If you're in a Godzilla Kong movie, you're probably gonna be in a future MCU movie.
Okay, I get it now.
So, well, Elizabeth Olsen, Taylor Johnson, right?
Yeah, Dan Stevens, wasn't he recently? Was it Dan
Legion, was-
Stevens?
Legion, isn't he Legion?
Yeah, but that's not MCU canon.
No, that'd be awesome.
Actually,
It'd be awesome.
yeah, wouldn't it make sense if he appeared? Because he's Xavier's
son.
kid. Yeah. Hmm.
But the thing is, Aubrey Plaza's in that show too.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to bring back her character. But
Well,
yeah, I
yes.
wonder.
Also, yeah. Let's continue on.
the world is about to go to war over harvesting the materials, the resources that are in Tiamat. I know some people are speculating
I have a
adamantium.
question. You said intent. Okay, he said that, right? But was there none of that left, and all of a sudden this celestial shows up and discovered that they discover Anthem is there, like it's gone, it's like disappeared before. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
this what do they call it? When you dig up like diamonds, metals, all these different metals. What's it called? I forget the term, but I guess it's mining. Maybe they're mining. Maybe they weren't able to mine antimony. And I'm butchering.
Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe it was all
Adamantium.
gone. They couldn't find it in the world, and all of a sudden, Celestial pulls up and they discovered it has it.
Yeah, I mean, they probably investigated and
Yeah.
maybe, I mean, maybe, I mean, the MCU could explain away why no one's mentioned this because it's like some secret government. Um, like they try to cover it up and try to say, oh, it was like the Avengers doing some shit. You know.
Because, like, look, if Wolverine is joining the MCU, what would
Mhm.
this. He would already have it in him. So they would use this male for something else. Maybe,
Right.
right? Like, what? Like, what would he use the metal for? If Wolverine's already, like.
Well,
They
they
would.
were going to use. Sorry, I'm yawning. They were
Weapons?
going to
Maybe better
use. No, no, they were going to use vibranium.
for weapons.
Uh, but the thing is, they obviously can't because then they would have to go to war with Wakanda.
And Wakanda.
So this is like the best. This is like a better
Yeah, and
replacement.
Wakanda. And if you watch Black Panther 2, Wakanda kind of lost trust in the outside world. All right,
Right.
George. Right?
Oh, George is gonna go.
Right? They kind of
Hold
lost
on, I gotta
trust.
plug this in because damn, this shit is draining my battery.
Yeah, yeah, a lot.
Well, I'm on my laptop, but
But it looks like at this point, X-Men are going to be coming from another reality
Yeah.
into our world. So I don't know if it's going to be adamantium or not.
I don't think they're gonna do
But
that.
it
By the
just it
way,
looks like
They should.
I don't think
Oh,
they're gonna do the X-Men are gonna come from another universe. Uh, I, the problem with that idea is I think you're gonna have to explain. Well, first off, that means a good portion of the population is gonna have to come from the universe.
oh yeah, because there's a lot of mutants.
I think that what they're gonna say is the X-Men already existed in the MCU. And maybe I mean Degrassi has this theory that the Scarlet Witch is the one who got rid of them and no one remembers. That's a possibility. And so they just open it back up and say, "Hey, she wrote them out of existence, and now they're back."
Hmm.
Because I don't know how you bring in the X-Men from another universe
Well,
and how you're going to explain all the nuances of
that
mutant
question,
oppression and all that stuff.
I don't
That's
think. The problem is, I don't think you could do mutual impression in this universe because people already seen the Avengers of Powers, the abilities. Like,
well, I think you can. I think you have to
it has to be
either.
different.
Well, the thing is, like in the comics, right? The superheroes, even though people like the Avengers and all those characters, they think that they're more like natural or it's like enhanced. While the mutants are like born with this and it's more of like, oh, this threat of, oh,
Evolutionary
we're going to
stage.
be, yeah, we're going to be, yeah,
Yeah.
like wiped out. Um, and so they want to like make sure that doesn't happen. So,
So how?
yeah.
Thing is, that's a good. Like, that's the thing is the only thing I question about that is Captain Marvel and the Marvels, Photon.
Mhm.
Like, how would we explain that with Beast and Binary?
Well, I think that might all just be MCU multiverse stuff. There
All
could
I
be
know,
because I think Deadpool and Wolverine is going to establish
I know.
that there is an MCU Wolverine.
Yeah, they
That
might.
there and so if that is true, yeah, then that opens the door of that there is MCU versions of certain characters. We just don't know about them yet. And that's another thing too, is like people like I know John Campea keeps bringing this up, but
Look
like
at
this
this.
whole idea of like, oh, how come this isn't mentioned and blah blah blah, right? Because I know people are gonna say that. The thing is, they're not mentioned because that's not where the story begins. The story begins when they want to tell the story, right? And I think
Yeah.
people like that's the problem when you have the cinematic universe. Like people just get way too hooked on the details instead of it just being like we're just gonna have this linear progression of a story, like a story would, right? Something's introduced or something comes up, something is retroactively fixed or changed. Like I mean, it's hard to fit all this stuff without it just being like they all exist. That's why I think James Gunn is just going like everybody exists already because it's easier. And the hard part is now just trying to explain the audience who these characters are. They exist, but how are you going to make the audience accustomed to them? So maybe the MCU will do that at some point. Just everybody exists.
All right. Let's take a look. Continue this. This is actually, we've been 2 hours. We're only at 10 minutes in. Lucky that I started
Yeah.
this early.
We
At
can't
9?
say for
Because if we
100%
started at 10, it would be midnight by now.
Yeah,
And
it would be midnight.
certainty,
I can.
but but it certainly looks like they're finally going to acknowledge this giant space god coming out of the ocean.
I'm just so happy for Rob.
I know.
That still's not a god, okay? But I get your point.
I'm just so happy that Rob will finally be able to rest.
Somewhere Rob
Yeah,
was
that's Rob's sick, right? Rob was like, how did this get there? We're worthy the whole time. What's happening there? Why didn't they explain this? That's like, yeah, that's Rob's sick with this MCU stuff, Marvel stuff. You know how, that's how Rob thinks, right?
Right.
He just Breakfast Club fist pumped and was like, at last.
freeze frame.
Yeah.
She just did the Trump thing after getting shot. Look.
I'm just so happy that Rob will finally be able to rest.
Somewhere Rob was like,
He just Breakfast Club fist pumped
See? You saw the Trump thing.
and was like, at last.
freeze frame.
Yeah.
He freeze framed.
I don't know, Ray. What you saw the trailer? What'd you think about it?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because you saw the CinemaCon stuff as well.
You know, I'm gonna go back
Sorry.
to that interview, right, John, that we were saying about that. You don't think that is there a chance that there's a little bit of this movie, maybe a little hint of it in Deadpool Wolverine? Because remember when they
I
were
don't
talking
think
about
so.
how Kevin Feige kept asking for certain things to happen in the movie, and then they were finally like, all right. Do you think there's anything?
I
that
don't
has to
think
do-
so.
No?
No.
Because, okay, well,
I mean, look, I can't say, I'm not saying for certain
Deadpool?
there's not, but nothing that I've seen coming out of this suggests that I don't think they're gonna want to use Deadpool in any way, shape, or form to be a marketing tool for Captain America.
okay.
I mean,
Well,
If you put 'em in the
they're all
trailer.
connected though.
yeah.
So I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I mean, Captain America's probably going to get referenced in Deadpool and Wolverine.
For sure.
Yeah. So
They mentioned
But-
Avengers in that movie. They're going to mention, guarantee.
I mean, no. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. It's hard to say. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be very important though. Like, I feel like by the end of the movie, people are going to be like, "Oh, this is actually going to connect more into the MCU
Wait,
than
what
we
if?
thought."
What if like there's like a new joke in the MCU where I don't know. I'm not gonna predict how Deadpool and Wolverine ends, but like, what if Deadpool's like, new universe, time to form a new team, and he just appears at the end of every movie or a mid-credit scene going, look, I'm not Sam Jackson here, but me and Wolverine are forming a team. You want to join us?
Well, George, that actually might be a possibility because
I mean, to be fair,
I'm not sure
that'd
if you
be-
saw what Ryan Reynolds was like teasing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. Like, what if at the end of Captain America: Brave New World, he's like, "Wait a minute, you're not Steve Rogers. The TVA lied."
Oh man.
And then he's like, "Who the hell are you?" And it's like, "You want to join the Deadpool initiative?" He's like,
Bruh.
"What's like much better than the Avengers?" I mean, listen, they got creative freedom with Deadpool now, so I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it could come off as cringe, but I think it would be better than Kamala Khan's recruitment.
I have a big update for you guys. I'm blinded. Marvel's Rivals is going to have closed beta, July 23rd
Yeah.
to August 5th. Are you going to try it? Are you going to do? Are you
Yeah,
gonna
I
sign up?
applied for it. I
Okay,
don't know.
Can I
if
still
I'll get
apply for
though, that's
it?
the thing.
Is it still available to apply for?
I'm not sure, but I mean, I think it's been more than a week since
Shit.
it's been out. Yeah, I thought I would have gotten it by now, but I'm guessing they passed on me. So
Oh, they don't. Oh man.
I'm not.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
still good.
I'll let you know, but You have to make sure you fill it out properly though, like because they want like specific people to play the game to give
I
them
mean,
criticism.
specific people. Just let anybody play the game.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
no, they want like people who like are gonna notice like I played Overwatch or I play this specific type of game and
Well, that's
you
not me.
know yeah that's why I'm like I filled it out to make sure I get it, but I don't know. I'll
Yeah.
just play the game when it comes out because it's not like I play it all the time. I was
There's
just
no
playing it
there's
to
no
see if I
release
would like
date
it.
for it. I assume the release date's very
I
soon.
think it's
Because
coming out in the fall. That's
is it just for PC or just for everything?
no for everybody because now we're getting the console beta, so we're pretty
Yeah.
much close to launch.
But
Well,
there already was a PC test like a month ago or
Yeah,
two. Yeah.
yeah, at the beginning of the
trailer?
year. Yeah,
Huh?
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. The trailer is great. I want to see more of the Red Hulk.
There's-
Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
everybody does.
It's Tom Clancy meets
Um,
Marvel.
yeah. Well,
so-
we're probably gonna
he's
get
pretty
more.
Classy meets Marvel. Same.
Yeah, it's a teaser trailer,
much
so we're
not.
gonna get more of Red
This
Hulk.
is not a fair fight. I mean,
Well,
it's
I mean,
got a.
okay, I brought that up. We were talking
But
about that
these are
before
Wyman.
the show, right? Like, here's the thing. Okay, it's Red Hulk. Sam cannot fight a Hulk.
He slammed his
Sam
shield
can't
down
fight
already.
anybody.
Yeah, I
His
mean,
main
like,
weapon.
Yeah.
like what is all due respect to Sam, who's a great character in the MCU, but what's almost
Okay.
any
If he can't physically go up to Hawk, but what does he have to do against Hawk? He has to outsmart him.
Yeah,
Unless-
but
Unless Thunderbolt Wasp is
The-
Thunderbolt Wasp able to control himself as Red Hawk, like She-Hulk.
yeah, that's kind of his
That's
thing.
that changes a lot. The game.
That's why what George was saying, like whether it's gonna be like the CGI's goofy, like that also might be a problem. I can see that, but um yeah, no, that's what I have to ask because if you're gonna use Red Hulk is a lot more. I mean, he's not as smart as Bruce Banner, right? But
No.
yeah, that's why I say I'm like, well, how are they gonna do this? Like, my guess is it's not really gonna be about Red Hulk. Like, Red Hulk is kind of like maybe final boss kind of villain, and the leader's more the real villain here, because
Yeah.
it doesn't really add up. Like, how is Sam Wilson going to fight Red Hulk? That doesn't make sense, unless what I was saying actually happens, which is that the Avengers are in this movie. Because that's what I think. The Avengers are going to show up in this movie. They're going to show up at the ending. And we're going to see it. It's either they're going to show up in a fight or they're going to show up like how, at the end of Age of Ultron, we saw like the new Avengers that Captain America assembled. Could be like that. So we shall see. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to handle the Red Hulk in this movie. It's weird.
anybody
I
gonna
mean, Captain
do
America.
against?
It didn't matter. Even if it was Chris Evans, he wouldn't be able to do anything.
No,
No.
I mean he might be able to, keep Hulk occupied for
Yeah.
a bit, just kind of like when, like, look, Steve Rogers went one-on-one with Thanos and was able to stand there toe to toe with him for
Not
a
really.
bit.
Not really. He did not really stand tone. I mean,
Yeah, he did. He held down that gauntlet for someone who's only like
Oh, that's
super
true.
soldier. Like he did hold his own. Obviously he lost, but that was to show how strong he is. Like he could do that. Sam Wilson's gonna fall to the ground and break his legs and arms, bro. Like he can't do that. So that means he's gotta have the serum or
if Captain America could do that to Thanos, Deathstroke could do that to Thanos. Then
yeah, but oh well, he is enhanced, right?
Deathstroke. Well, Deathstroke has taken down superpower beings before. I'm more powerful than him.
I mean, possibly. I mean, the thing is, they should have just given like the whole reason why he doesn't take it. It's like that's nice thematically, but this is a Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
agreed.
Like, don't know why they did that.
But the thing is, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a lot of the characters, whether the villains or the heroes, they kind of they great not they don't they kind of lower the power scale than they are in the comics.
Yeah.
Where DC, even though DC's getting movement, it's the opposite. DC characters in their movies that we saw, they're really overpowered.
Yeah.
Especially Superman. Like Superman, if you put Henry Cavill Superman in the MCU, or even Black Adam in the MCU, he would destroy the Avengers with ease. Even Thor.
Right.
What's this? Yeah, maybe. Every time I do this, I highlight somebody's chat. The freaking banner for the name of the stream goes away. It doesn't come back. I'm like, what the heck?
It looks like a flag.
It does. I always have to go back to the caption. You can bring it back. I'm like, why?
Is this? I guess that's the Aaron World Order flag.
Hey, I should have sued Kevin Feige for this there when he called it the Brave New World Order.
The
Man.
Brave New.
Yeah.
Yeah, that title also was kind of spooky. Like, why did they?
And
they caught.
It's great they caught on they caught on to him. But yeah, somebody probably told him in Disney. But I don't think it's a great idea to call it the New World Order.
Yeah, like that's gonna be controversial. Especially, I mean, there was that crazy rumor. I don't even know if I believe it. Like, it's just so fucking crazy that the this movie was like it was about Trumpism. Did you hear about that?
Oh, they're gonna make those people go crazy.
Well, no, they were. It was gonna be about how like Thunderbolt Ross is like a Trump stand-in, and it was gonna be about January 6th.
I think it's saying about every president because you can say it about every president in the comics.
Yeah, but this was gonna be a commentary on. Reality,
right? Here's the thing. If Lex Luthor ends up becoming the president of the DCU, they're gonna say the exact same thing about Lex Luthor.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you're right, like if you're going to go talk about obviously January 6th and blah 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 in a Marvel movie, that's 100% going to be controversial. In the boys, that's kind of their bread and butter. Marvel. I mean, the thing is, Marvel has done they Winter Soldier is a commentary on, the what is it? The NSA? Is it the NSA? With Edward Snowden and your privacy, but it's not.
NSA is that's spy, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know how I don't know like doing like January 6th in a Marvel movie and talking about it is a little bit weird. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm like, I don't
what it
know.
reminds me of? It reminds me of the guy from Actual Fandom actually making a comic about January 6th.
But the thing is, Biden George,
or he highlighted it. It's like we don't really need that.
Stuff like that happens in the comics all the time, where there's politics involved. You have like
that's fine. Like that. I mean, I know there was a Marvel issue, and I still gotta show my supervisor it. Where like a few months after 9/11, they did an issue on 9/11. It was like a Spider-Man.
That comic is so. Listen, that comic is really corny. Having Doctor Doom cry, he's like, even Doctor Doom shedded a tear. That was like, Doctor Doom? Are you serious? Doctor Doom? Doctor Doom, who kills a bunch of people on a daily basis. Doctor Doom, the guy who wanted to blow up the fucking planet. Doctor Doom, he's crying over 9/11.
The guy who wants to be a god.
Yeah, and then also like when I just don't like it because it never fits. It's like it's like we don't want the character to seem like a really bad guy, but it's like they're a villain and they've done terrible things. It was like, do you remember I think there was a crossover with it was Amalgam Comics, I guess this might have happened in, because the Joker was like, I don't want to be associated with a Nazi like Red Skull.
Yes, with the Red Skull.
I'm like, you're the Joker. You're literally like what? You're literally the worst kind of person ever. Like you're just as bad as fucking Nazis.
I think the Joker says because it's because he doesn't matter what the person is. Where Red Skull is basically a Nazi.
Yeah, he's like I don't discriminate on my victims. Oh yeah, that's great. That's great.
Makes everything so much better.
I know whenever I see that Joker clip, I'm like, what?
Joker has morals?
Yeah,
actual sense of morals? What?
I'm not a racist. How dare you?
I believe. I actually don't think he is a racist. I think he kills anybody for it doesn't matter. But that is true. He is not a racist.
You know,
but like,
hold on,
Like, that's wild.
hold on.
Yeah.
In The Dark Knight, and I actually pointed this out back in high school, my friend. I noticed that the cops that we see Joker kill on screen are black cops. like I'm
Oh,
sorry,
Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry.
The first guy, the first mafia guy was black too. They killed.
I'm sorry. Like, am I the only one that notices that? Like,
I never
killed me.
noticed that, but
well,
that's
here's
wild.
the thing. Like, whenever like a cop's like, "Sir, you need to move," bang. When it was a black cop that was in the hospital room checking on Harvey Dent when Joker killed him.
He killed Spawn too. Joker.
That's wild.
You get the joke, right? He killed Spawn.
Mhm.
Because Michael J. White Spawn, so he kills. Yeah, he kills him. He's the first mobster he kills too. The first mobster he kills is the black guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But Joker doesn't. I mean, Joker is not a racist. But it's not because Joker just doesn't give a shit about anything except Batman, right?
Oh.
Like Batman, like Joker has like no morals at all. It doesn't matter. Like he's still not a racist though. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
it's still like doesn't matter. He's still like a total like terrible scumbag of a human being.
The Hydra is part of the Nazis, where it's kind of the Nazis, but they kind of strayed away from the racism part. Like
Yeah, but that's another thing they always
yeah,
because they don't want to have it's like they have Nazis as villains, but they don't want to have a whole group of people that we still use as I don't know. It's a weird territory. It's like they're Nazis. Like that's why we want to fucking beat them up. That's it.
Joker's like, Joker's like, this guy's even too much for me. He's a racist. I'm like, you're the fucking Joker.
Yeah, I don't really get the whole. I don't know when Marvel and DC they always like to do stuff like that. You're like,
Didn't the Joker
doesn't
team
make
up with
sense.
Carnage? And it's like Carnage is like the way Carnage just murders is like, yeah, this is not for me either. Like, why did you?
all these like terrible terrible like characters just being like, well, at least I'm not a racist. It's like, does that have to happen?
It's like remember that scene in Clerks 2 where like Randall's using like the term I don't want to say it, I don't want to get in trouble, but he's like saying like calling me and Dante a couple of porch.
Oh yeah.
Yo. And like Dante was like, say that's an offensive term against black people. Then Randall's like, no, it's not. Then he says the N-word.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
And then he's like saying all this racial stuff. And then like when Dante keeps like calling him out, he's like,
yeah.
Then he says like some anti-Semitic stuff or like says his anti-Semitic stuff that his grandma used to say. And then like he was saying like Dante's the racist because he's telling him what to do. It's
that's happens in the real world. Where there's people that are raised like that. They don't think they're racist, or they're just ignorant. There's people like that in real life. That's just to show it on screen, right? There's people like that.
I was having like a little fun with like some kind of AI generator writing like a Jay and Silent Bob, Dante and Randall kind of thing. Yeah. So I had it where like so this is my own dialogue. I typed up where Dante says like is telling Jay and Silent Bob to leave, and like saying, and Randall's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Get back to work. I'm taking care of this thing." And Jay's like, "Yo, man, you racist calling me and Silent Bob a thing." Because I'm like, by Jay and Silent Bob logic, they would probably think that was a racist thing to do.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not talking pre getting Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm.
So he can, but no one can fight a Red Hulk.
I'm gonna.
So I don't know. Maybe he's not even a villain.
Maybe he knows the lullaby. Maybe he's just like, "Hey, buddy, on your
Sun's
left,
getting
sun's
real
going
low."
down."
You know what I think that scene is? I think that scene is that's where he first becomes Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
He loses his mind for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sort of like.
Or he gets manipulated.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And basically he escapes the area, and that's basically that. It's sort of like when the Justice League fought Superman after they resurrected him. Didn't know who he was.
Sure.
Went off the rails a little bit. took off.
Had his mustache gone.
That's what. Yeah, but
That'd
this
be
guy's
so
gonna have his
fucking
mustache.
lame.
I
hope
bet
that's
you.
not
I
true.
bet you $10. He knows who. I bet you $10. It's gonna be like Jennifer Walters. He's gonna know exactly who he is. He's gonna be. He's
Well, the
not
thing
gonna,
is, we kind of know because if you look at the scene, how wouldn't they know that that's the president who's the Hulk? Because
Yeah.
he was at the he's at the giving the speech, so it's like clearly, and then we see like, isn't there like a helicopter watching like, so they have to know, right? Like that's why I'm
could,
like, I hate that idea of like,
that
oh,
could be his
I'm actually a
transformation
good guy,
scene.
guys. It's like,
That could be his transformation scene, right? Like we transform into the Red Hawk.
yeah, I mean, I don't doubt, but I just don't want it to be he's the, oh, it was a mistake, guys. I'm not the bad guy. I don't want that. Like that's so lame. Let him be a villain. That's cool. Like we don't not everybody needs to be a freaking hero, man. Like
Yeah,
MCU's got shit messed up.
That Harrison Ford would be a villain. Most of the time we see him as a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do something interesting. It's like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like for some reason they can't cast certain actors as villains. I mean, has Tom Hanks ever been the villain in a movie? Has Harrison Ford ever been the villain in a movie?
Harrison Ford has been villains before.
Has
but
Tom
not-
Hanks been a villain in a movie? I'm not sure.
No,
No, I don't think
Not
he
the
ever
ones
has
I've seen.
been.
Not the ones I've seen. No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some actors really. I mean,
There's-
because it's like a typecast, right? They're never gonna be.
There's just the only one movie I see where Harrison Ford could technically be a villain. It's a really bad movie, but it had Chris Hemsworth's brother when he was a wealthy billionaire going up against Gary Oldman's character, espionage, stuff like that, with Amber Heard's in it. I forget the name of it. Let me see it. It starred Liam Hemsworth.
Right.
It's
All I can say is if there's a line where Harrison Ford says that shield belongs in a museum, I'll be
Paranoia.
like, I understand. Well, I understand that reference because that's an Indiana Jones line. It belongs in a museum.
I love that line though. I love that line. Paranoia is the film.
But, yeah, I would love for him to say that about the shield.
Steve Rogers belongs in a museum. Okay, just say that.
And I
No,
think
he
the best.
doesn't.
I think the best
That's
part
the
of the
whole
trailer has got to be anytime Harrison Ford is on screen. I love that he's entered the MCU. I kind of think his real life personality is a little bit like this Red Hulk, a little tempered, a little gets mad a little bit. I mean, I can't wait to see him.
Have you seen Harrison Ford in real life? He's nothing like the characters he plays in the movie. He's actually very funny. He has a sense of humor.
I don't know.
On screen, he's a great actor, but most of the roles I've seen, he does kind of play a serious typecast kind of roles. Seriously, like you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
always grumpy, he's always cranky or something like that. Even as sarcastic, even as in his younger days when he was even Indy in Han Solo, he kind of plays kind of a little bit similar stuff as he is now. But if you've seen him if you see him in real life or doing interviews or on talk shows, he's nothing like that. He's actually very funny. He's very comedic.
Yo, I remember this one time on David Letterman. He told this like funny joke about broccoli.
Yes.
This is, like back in 2011, and like so like he ended the joke with because he was like saying like how do you spell something with like C as in cat. So he's like so he's asking like fuck as in fucking broccoli, and then he was like there is no fucking broccoli. He's like that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Exactly, George. Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly.
I think though he doesn't tolerate certain people though. Like here's the thing, like he would always tell funny jokes on David Letterman because I think him and Letterman were old friends. But like I think other people like he won't tolerate. But like whenever the guy that plays Short Round, every time like he sees Short Round, he's got like this big smile on his face, like he's seeing his long lost son.
Right.
like I think like depending on who it is, like he will show that energy in like comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Transform into this beast because we haven't gotten an angry Hulk in a long time
Okay.
that whoops butt.
But
Well-
let me throw this out there. You notice that they showed us
Yeah,
Red
the
Hulk.
problem with Mark Ruffalo, he doesn't look angry when he's starting to transform into Hawk. Like, I know lately he's always been in the Hawk form because like he likes to prefer that form. But before he never like Mark Ruffalo is just not believable. Like the one big criticism of the MCU is that Mark Ruffalo was convincing as a Hawk. Like the actor himself, I just don't think he was the right casting for the Hawk.
I forgot I was on mute. Yeah, I mean they wanted Mark Ruffalo even for Incredible Hulk, but I don't know. I personally I don't really like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk.
Yeah,
Never really been a fan.
I just
He never seemed like I always picture Bruce Banner's kind of like very anxious kind of person.
yeah, he's
You know,
calm all the time, and like even
someone
when
who
he's
looks like he's not doing very well.
when he says he's when he says in on the movies and stuff, he's always on edge, and he says he's always angry. You know, he sometimes he says that he doesn't look angry. He doesn't act like that. Like he doesn't give you that. He doesn't
Yeah.
give you that right, like that impression. Where Edward Norton does, where he did.
Hulk,
Well, his calves.
but they didn't show us his face. What if they make a swerve here and Red Hulk isn't
Oh,
Thunderbolt
isn't
Ross?
him?
It's
I'm not
Esposito.
saying that's the case. Just to be clear, but I'm saying
That'll probably piss off a lot of people. That'll probably anger
For
me.
wait, say.
He's saying, what if it's a twist and it's not Thunderbolt Ross, it's Red Hawk?
Well, who would it be?
Is there any other Red Hawks besides Betty that I know?
No, but I mean, like, who would it be in the movie? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
they didn't show us the face. Like they let us see that Red Hulk is there, but they didn't show us the face. Everybody knows that. Well, Thunderbolt Ross becomes Red Hulk. What
Well,
if it's
people who
somebody
read the
else?
comics know that? That's the
Yeah.
thing. And here's the thing. I mean, I hate the camper, but like, 'cause it's like okay. First off, okay, to his credit, when Red Hulk was introduced, we actually didn't know it was Thunderbolt Ross. It was actually a mystery. The problem is with this movie, they already established Thunderbolt Ross as the president. They got Harrison Ford. I mean, why wouldn't he be the Red Hulk? You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't get. It wouldn't be like some, oh, we got you here. Someone
he
else
was
is
heavy,
playing
and
Red
also
Hulk.
Harrison Ford was heavily featured in the trailer. Like,
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I think
Yeah.
I think that theory would have worked if it was like there's a couple of people who.
it was
It's just like who else would be the Red Hulk? That's
this
my thing.
the trailer gives the impression that the real it's not really that the leader is the villain, but it's really that that Harrison Ford is really the villain because this trailer focused on Sam Wilson and Harrison Ford.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't believe it. I'm not buying that theory.
and it makes you think. If it makes you think Harrison Ford, if you're Harrison Ford, Thunderbolt Ross is really secretly responsible for all those people attacking Sam Wilson, like, and he's trying to cover it up, but he probably really isn't. It's probably the leader running that, and it's that causes all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I took a much more
it's-
pessimistic
I don't
view
know.
and went, "Oh, they probably didn't finish
I don't
those
know either,
graphics.
buddy.
That probably looks
Oh,
rough."
well, yeah, maybe. Because Anne was saying, when Anne and I were watching the trailer today, she goes, are they going to make his face, like Harrison Ford's face, be
Heck
Red
yeah.
Hulk's face like they did with Mark Ruffalo?
You
I'm
have
like,
to.
yeah. And
Yeah.
can you imagine
Yeah.
Harrison Ford's, get the fuck out of my house,
Yeah.
kind of like look on his face doing that? Oh, that'd be so good.
I want him to say that at least.
That shield belongs in a museum.
No, man.
Say that.
once. And then,
By the way, if you guys don't know the reference, Look online, go onto YouTube and look Harrison Ford and was it Chris Angel?
Oh
Yes.
no, no.
Or no,
David Blaine.
David Blaine. Yeah.
Dave Blaine.
Chris Angel, how dare you?
I don't care. How dare you, sir?
How dare you?
So David Blaine, Harrison Ford, magic trick. It is one of the funniest things Harrison Ford's reaction is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Get the fuck out of my house. Go check it out. It's really, really funny. Anyway, just a quick eye. Hey, Jonathan, what did you think about the trailer?
It was cool. No, like I said, man, this is Winter Soldier is my honestly it is probably my favorite MCU movie.
A lot of people feel that way.
And this is a return to it, and I was like, oh man, this is getting the feels. Like I said earlier, it's Tom Clancy meets Marvel, but you're still gonna get some really great action in this stuff. That's not the last you see of Red Hulk. I do think in that particular scene, that's where you first see him and he takes off whatever. We'll get more of that. I'm actually really excited about the Celestial being involved. I know that seems like it's not just a vindication. I like where it could be heading. Why, you know what I mean? Why are the nations struggling over this? Like, what does it have other than a mountain?
So here's a question I have. Over under 50% that at some point in this movie, deep cut, Harrison Ford says, "Get off my plane."
He's gonna say, "Get out of my White House."
get out of my plane. President, maybe he's on Air Force One. If he has a chance to say, "Get off my plane," I mean, I don't know. Maybe he says it.
Maybe. I mean, there's 100% chance that we're gonna have a lot of pointing acting. There's gonna be Hulk doing a lot of this. He's not gonna be all fisty McCuffs. He's gonna be like, "Listen here."
I really do feel like the rewrites and the reshoots of this is, and then what they were doing, like the
probably
comments
gonna
you said
pay
about
off.
Deadpool, like this has to be perfect. That I really do think they acknowledged their shortcomings, and they're refocusing the MCU. That's my hope.
All right, guys. Question is for you.
The camper.
Yeah, that's over. The camper.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the camper.
Does he
Saying
go-
sprouting bullshit.
How often does he go camping?
Never.
Or is he
He
too
lives in
scared
California.
I mean, there's places you can go camping in California.
Yeah, but he's a Californian. They don't go camping.
There we
Unless,
go.
you know,
Here
you're
we
not
go.
from Hollywood.
A wimp, an elitist wimp.
Yeah.
They don't go camping. No, they go hiding. That's what it's called.
Listen. He ain't a real YouTuber. He don't
If
go
a
out
celebrity's
and-
going camping, it means they're going hiding for a couple days.
Well, if you're the camper, you're, well, sitting in a room crying
If you're
about
the
your
camper,
wife.
if you're a camper, you're
That
you're
might have
doing
been
your-
too much.
If you're the camper, you're doing your shows in your garage.
You're making pictures of your thumbnails with bathrobes.
Oh yeah.
Or you're searching for Campea exposed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Campea exposed. Wait a minute. Has he made anything?
I don't think so.
Lately? I know the last thing he made was that 11 days ago.
I'm John Campea, and when I say goes, Disney, you better let me at your next Disney Expo, or else I'm gonna whine like a baby.
Blindness in the middle. Yo. Is that the pic from the set? Oh, I can see people having problem with that. Oh my, the people are
What?
gonna SJWs are gonna have issues with Keanu Reeves with hairstyle like that.
But I
certainly-
think that's the point of the movie, though. Like, it's called The Last Bumbleclot. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is the actual movie they're making? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I need to see this shit.
Yeah, that might be the point of the movie, but some people may not get that. They might
I
say it's
don't think.
offensive.
Listen, the SJWs are gonna cry. Like, they're not
About everything?
Listen,
Listen,
trust me,
listen, Aaron.
They're not even Jamaican, so who cares, man? Like,
Aaron.
Yeah.
So listen. A lot of SJWs lost credibility last time when they were crying that Donald Trump didn't get assassinated. So some of them
Yeah,
need to
like-
shut the hell up, shove their opinions up their ass, and let Keanu Reeves do his movie.
listen, I hope
You lost
I'm
credibility
praying
last
this
time.
is like
You
a funny
so-called
movie.
you so-called morally superior.
They're not.
fools.
They're not. They're.
No, they act like they are. They act like
Yeah,
they
they're
are.
fake.
But it's just
Yeah.
annoying. It's like call out the policy. Don't wish harm on anyone. If you're gonna complain about Keanu's hair for a movie, man, go touch grass or go complain about
Go
something
touch-
else.
They're just
I'm
people
sorry. Listen. I
Yeah,
was
go-
way ahead. I was way ahead of Jeremy Gregson calling out SJWs years ago. And Jeremy can kiss
I
me.
haven't seen anybody complain. I thought most people like were laughing because they're like, "This is." I didn't know this was real. I thought it was someone made a really funny joke and the picture was Photoshop, right? And people were they're going John Wick and they're like, it's funny. It's
I
funny
want to
as
see a
hell. Like,
stone. I want to see a stone Keanu Reeves. I really do.
well, I want to see this shit, man. I'm like, please be
What's it-
good. Like, please
To be
actually be
fair,
good.
Keanu still kind of has that bro accent where it's like, I'm gonna need a gun. Like what he said in John Wick Chapter 4. Listen, I love John Wick Chapter 4, but that line delivery, I just started laughing in the theater.
Could you imagine? It's like this movie's like it is like The Last Samurai, but in Jamaica. Like, you know how funny that would be? Like, come on.
I'm gonna need a sword.
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna need a
Yeah, I
blunt.
love The Last Samurai. That's one of the best movies ever made,
But
in my opinion.
Oh man, someone like, I don't know, man. They don't really make good comedies anymore. Like movies
no,
that
they're
were
afraid. I
like,
think they're afraid sometimes to make a comedy.
Oh
I
my,
think so
yo,
too, yeah.
yo, listen, they need to get listen. In today's society, people will be calling for Clerks to get canceled. I'm just saying.
yeah, they would.
They would call for Clerks to get canceled. They would call for Mallrats to get canceled. They would call for Chasing Amy. Yo, Dogma would have stopped halfway through production.
Yeah.
Yo, this is how sensitive people are nowadays.
Well, they gotta always like drain. Like, I don't know. I feel like the stance is, you could joke about anything as long as it's funny. You know what I mean? As long as people laugh and nobody feels like they're fucking upset, then yeah, who cares?
Yo,
Like,
Blondie,
if there's
quick question. Do you think Clerks 2 would get made today with that donkey scene?
no,
Yo, people would be having
yeah, they would be
pictures.
losing their
Same thing with
minds.
that scene with Randall. That scene with Randall.
Yeah.
Like
That's the thing. I think they're afraid. I'm like,
it feels like to me Kevin Smith was like the last comedy director
That's-
that really goes for it.
Mhm.
Like, and even he's toned down a bit, but like he still goes for that edginess at times.
Right.
that's a good point, Degrassi, because I
What?
can see where you're coming from. Dodgeball too.
Oh, I didn't even see what he was saying. Damn. I'll just look at the.
It's like they're afraid.
I mean, there is SJWs. Oh, hold on. That's like old. It's like old. Super old. Oh, actually, no, that's new. Oh, StreamYards is weird. Okay. There is still SJWs. Like, there are people who like Pearl Clutch they're mostly on Twitter, like.
I mean, there might be a better word than SJWs for them. Maybe adult crybabies.
Adult crybabies.
Yo, seriously, because these are adults that are crying about this stuff. No, well, because here's the thing. You can also make the case
This is crazy.
because you can also make the case that MAGA has SJWs.
Well, yeah,
There's
snowflakes.
SJW
Remember?
MAGAs, but they're not SJWs.
Snowflakes.
They're adult crybabies. Snowflakes is a better term because there's snowflakes on both sides that need to touch grass, get laid, and just stop worshiping
They
these
need
people like God.
they need to get off a line, get off of Twitter. That's what I always say. Please, everybody, do yourself a favor, get off of Twitter, right? Because in the long run, it's gonna help you. It's gonna help your sanity. Like,
I agree with you, Degrassi. They have no power.
You know what? Jay and Silent Bob Go to
Yeah.
Hell would be a perfect tie-in to Dogma.
oh
I'm
man,
just saying. Just get Adam Sandler to play as the devil. I think he played a devil in a movie ages ago. I forget what movie it was.
No, he was the devil's son.
Yeah, Devil's Son. I haven't seen that movie in ages.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Uh, the Degrassi, man. Yeah, SJWs. When did it term like? When did it start? People calling them SJWs like a decade
It's
ago.
been a long time. Yeah, it's been a
But
decade.
like, if
ago.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what the term SJW was until Trump got elected. I never
Social
even heard.
justice warrior. Well, that
I
word
never,
got tainted, right? Because
I
it was
never even
more.
heard of that word until Trump ran. Because I remember my pro-Trump friends were like, "Oh, look at the SJWs crying and whining."
Yeah,
There
that
was
was a
one.
popular term.
But they do.
I will say this. Back in 2017, when Trump got inaugurated, there was this funny SJW that was like screaming, like when they announced that Trump got inaugurated. She was like, "Yeah!" I was like, and here's the thing, and this
Oh,
is
man.
and this isn't me like making. I'm not trying to make fun. I thought it was a dude at first until she started
Oh,
talking,
man.
because the way the camera angled it, she looked like a dude. And then when she started talking, I was like, "Oh, holy shit! This was a woman screaming out in pain." I thought it was of Trump getting elected. I thought it was a dude that was oversensitive.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Degrassi. Like, social justice is not a
No.
bad thing at all. But the thing is, like, the word got corrupted because it doesn't really even mean social justice. It's like people who are just like arguing online and making a big deal and all that stuff. Like, people who are always like wanting to be offended and always wanting to be a victim. Like,
Yeah,
those are the people that it eventually got.
people who would call for any Kevin Smith movie to be canceled, for the Breakfast Club to get canceled because of certain inappropriate scenes, or
It's kind of minor things too. Like, I remember, because this never stuck. So I'm okay with
You
saying
see,
this. Do you remember this, Aaron? Back in like 10 years ago now, they wanted to change positions in Canada to not have the word chief because chief was obviously it's like it's a slur against natives, right? But chief is also the term for someone who's
police.
high in position.
Yeah,
Yes.
like chief of police.
So
Yeah.
so then they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna have like CEO, like that term's not gonna be used, or chief of police," and it was just like that doesn't even make sense because it's like the word like there's two meanings to the word, right?
I don't
So
think
it's like that's kind of hard to completely
chief is.
get
I
rid
don't
of.
think chief is a racist word it is. It just means they're the
or
head of the community.
It is
or
technically like
or
they use it
blinded.
as a derogatory way. So
Blinded.
Well,
Here's another way that SJWs got compromised. So when Me Too happened, when you're calling for Pepe Le Pew to be canceled and erased,
yeah.
the Johnny
oh,
Bravo
French,
cartoon,
a
the Johnny
French
Bravo
skunk.
cartoon to be erased or canceled, it's like, are you kidding me? These are harmless cartoons.
And here's the
Listen,
thing. Here's the thing. Satanism is not what people think it is. It's not actually what. It's not actually like. Yeah. Well, let's take it over.
I
Star
mean, well,
Wars.
those are the crazy people, right?
What are you talking about? Is it Echo
Like
Base?
talking about Satanism, like as if like most people nowadays are,
Satanist?
yeah. Well, most people are not really religious, so like, and
Yeah.
I keep saying this, it's fucking Star Wars. I don't think Star Wars is. I mean, is it all that holy? I don't think so. I
I
mean,
mean, to
like,
be
Dude,
fair,
you
to
see
be
people.
fair,
The Spain.
Ian McGregor in Attack of the Clones is probably the closest to looking like
What?
Jesus
Watch out for
than the
Agatha.
guy from Passion of the Christ.
Keep your eyes out on Agatha. Keep your eyes on Agatha when it comes to this stuff. When it comes to Satanism.
I don't know. These like people on the right who always like grift heavy, like these
They
clowns
use
people keep
religion
talking
to grift
about.
too. They use
No,
grift.
but you know who's a big. I don't even want to mention this guy because I'm not even on Twitter, but the fact that people keep bringing him up on YouTube really annoys the shit out of me
Yo,
because this
is
guy's
Mike Zero?
irrelevant.
Mike
Who?
Zero?
Mike Zero's a guy who's still around. He's still
I don't
around,
watch
but
him
I was gonna
anymore.
say, do you know who Grums is?
Yeah.
Grums
No.
is like this new fucking. You don't know? Oh, well, you're lucky, George. Grums was like a producer on World of Warcraft, and all of a sudden he's coming around after his failed adventure into a MOBA game that went nowhere. He spent millions of dollars on and fucked up the company. Um, Now he's like a right wing grifter who's like,
Yo, he sounds like Camera Pasha.
championing. Well, yeah, bro. I think he is like Cameron Pasha 2.0.
Yo,
It's just he doesn't
failed
make
guys.
predictions.
Karen
Yeah, because
Bass.
he's always like, oh, the industry's gonna like the video game industry's gonna fail. Now he's just like in his like dirty little fingers get everywhere. He's like
He's just,
everybody's talking about this guy. It's like, dude, like, bro, like he can't even come on a panel. I mean, I don't want to say this because I don't show my face, but like the guy comes on a panel and he's got his like animated avatar that's supposed to be himself, and you're like,
Oh,
buddy, what are you doing?
oh, I just
What are you
remembered
doing?
something.
you know what's worse?
So-
I know what's. You know. Oh, George, go ahead.
So either this morning or last night, I can't remember. I saw Doomcock commented
Oh my
on
god.
the assassination attempt. He's like, I don't talk politics. I'm like, you bring up
What?
politics in.
Wait, who?
Like,
Wait,
dude,
who?
Doomcock. I gotta look at the tweet again. I gotta look at the tweet
man.
again. But he was like, I usually don't comment about politics. It's like, you tie
You make videos.
That's
I mean,
such
Alan,
practical bullshit.
listen. You might not make endorsements, but dude, you integrate politics in everything. I gotta find the
why
comment.
does he have to say it though? Like we kind of know.
Oh, I found the comment.
You don't need to be
He's
an
an
idiot.
idiot.
Can I read the tweet? I'm gonna read the tweet.
You can share it, yeah, go ahead.
I just heard. Oh, so it's like I just heard that. Okay, I just heard there was what appears to be. I don't even know what the hell is he wording this? Appears to be an assassination attempt.
Appears to
stay
be.
out of-
There was.
I stay out of politics, but this is an effing disgrace. Yet another dark day for our country. My God, how have we fallen so
is in
low?
USA.
There
He
are
talks
no
himself.
words for how sick and sorry I am. Okay, first of all, his wording is so weird. He needs a grammar check for some of this.
He just talks himself.
He's like, you need to grab.
Yeah, he just
I'm
talks himself,
sorry. The
guys.
way I read it, I was like, I needed to double check. I was like, what the hell?
He just
Yo,
talks himself.
he never stay. He says he stays out of politics. Bullshit. You talk about politics all the
Yes,
time.
true.
You bring up politics in every Star Wars video. Kathleen Kennedy is all about girl power. Really? Like,
Yeah, he's an idiot, and he just talks himself. So he knows in the USA. So he doesn't live in a spacecraft.
But the thing is, it's stupid because he does talk. He has talked about Trump before,
You guys are fucking
and I'm pretty
morons.
sure he is
And-
pro Trump. Like it's not no
obviously
secret.
pro-Trump.
Yeah,
the
like it's
freaking
not a
commandant.
secret.
I don't care what anyone says. He is the commandant.
Well, if he is, or even if he isn't, like we kind of know his politics, so it's like weird that he would even say that. Like I hate when people do that, where they're like
I'm
it's
like-
not like my content is totally geared toward political shit, but
Listen,
I'm gonna make a political
I
statement.
think-
It's like shut the hell up, bro.
I think he must have been drunk when he was typing. He must have had a bunch of drinks in celebration of Trump staying strong. It was like, I was like, what you talk about, Harvey?
I think he wanted to say he brings his puppet on, and it's just him going on this like crazy fringe rant about like it's like almost like he's going into like the QAnon shit, and he's talking to the puppet. That would be unhinged.
And Harvey's like, and Harvey be like, if Joe Biden's no longer the nominee, Kamala Harris will get Kathleen Kennedy as her vice president, and they'll make it mandatory by law that Disney Star Wars is the true canon.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, man.
again, this is not a political program, but I don't really care.
No, it's
okay.
fun. It's not.
But I want to know, like, if he did die, like, what the hell would have happened? That's what I wanted to know.
I would have illegally crossed the border into Canada.
I made a joke to my friend. I'm like, you know, we have Marvel's What If,
doesn't
but
have
can
a
we have an
wedding mate.
episode about what if Trump
He
died?
doesn't even have a wedding mate though. I don't think he has a wedding mate. I don't think he selected a wedding mate for
Yo, he doesn't
presidency.
even, yo, that's what I mean. Tomorrow's the first day of the RNC. He don't even have a VP. I don't even know if he knows who his
Yeah.
VP is yet.
Yeah.
Yo, can I
He's
just
just gonna-
say?
he's
I
just gonna-
just want to
whoever's-
say something.
Yeah.
And this is about, and I don't like to talk about people's wives. How the hell did Joe Biden and Barack Obama And George W. Bush put out statements about what happened last night before Trump's own wife. And the way she worded it was like it's like the way she worded it, my husband, Donald. I'm like, are you even gonna be first lady if he gets reelected?
Yes,
Are you guys secretly
He's gonna
divorced?
find a new
and-
wife.
I think she's the
in that
first
time.
lady.
so
No,
you know.
she's like the fourth lady. She's not much.
I don't even think she's gonna be speaking at
How
the
did
RNC
Donald
this
Trump?
week.
How did Donald Trump not have affairs while he was a president in the White House? How did he not end up like Bill Clinton, like having affairs? Like how did he have
He
this kind of
has,
Monica
he
Lewinsky
has.
situation?
100%
Listen.
that's
I'm
not
just
no
gonna say
secret.
this. I'm just gonna say this. There's a reason why he was called Slick Willie. They're like, listen. I don't approve. I'm not a fan of Bill Clinton the person, but listen, he was at least a competent president. Like I'll say that about Bill Clinton. I don't like Bill Clinton, but at least he was competent enough.
He did some shady shit though.
You know what's-
Have you ever
No, he
heard,
did shady shit. I will say that.
have you ever heard the story about the boys on the tracks?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. The way you just worded that.
That's what it's called. That's what it's called. I mean, like you have to look into this. This is one of I'm surprised they never turned it into like a TV show or a movie because this is one of the craziest crime stories I've ever heard. It's so insane, and it's like every single person you can imagine is involved in this story, including Bill Clinton. so it's so fucking insane. I mean, it's hard to do, like hard to tell the story, but I'll say this: it's these two boys were found on train tracks and they were killed, and the police said that they were killed by the train. Right, the train ran over them, and that they were so high they didn't know that the train was coming. But it turns out they didn't have well, first off, they didn't have the amount of weed in their system to even get that sleepy, and the coroner that they brought in, like he was just making all types of crazy stuff, like saying that the kids he pretty much said the kids died because they inhaled so much fucking weed and they got hit by a car, but it's just not true, right? And he also ignored the fact that the kid had like stab marks on them, like they were stabbed and thrown on the train tracks. They were dead before they were even ran over.
Can I say some breaking news real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Ryan Kennel and Jeremy Griggs are actually at the RNC.
That's not a surprise. I mean,
Yo, could you imagine if they get a writing spot, like a speaking spot, and Jeremy Griggs is like, "What's up, RNC? This is Jeremy coming to you."
Oh,
Could you
man.
imagine that? It's like,
Oh,
I'm from
man.
Geeks and Gamers, and I am one of the few movie talk channels that is pro-Trump on YouTube.
Bruh.
And
Oh my god!
I'll just release.
And
I like the Last Jedi.
But hold on.
Oh my
And-
God.
but he starts ranting about Kathleen Kennedy, and even like the Republicans are confused. Like, who's this loser ranting about Star Wars? Could you just imagine?
That would be wild.
Yo, like Ryan Kennel 4 hours ago, because I saw D-Day Cobra reposted. We're ready. RNC. We see and like Kennel and Jeremy staying in front of the stage at the RNC. Jeremy's got his like Trump 2024 to save America live stream going on.
Oh, okay.
Is it, why do they joke about this is something that always makes me go like, is Ryan Kennel, is he like an admitted racist or something? Because because every time I see this guy on some panel, they like everybody on the panel makes a joke about how he's a racist. So I'm like a little bit confused because I'm like it's so like frequent where I'm like, are you a racist actually? Like, are you like
George Floyd?
like are you do you got like a hood under that desk, like a white hood that you put on that we don't know about? Like, because the way they joke about it, like I'm like I'm a little bit sus, like some of these people I don't think like they're full blown racist, you know what I mean? But like him, I could believe it. Like the way he talks and like how radical
Well,
he
the George
is.
Floyd thing. Remember a couple years
Oh
ago?
my, that
Yeah,
was
but even
so
even
bad.
some beyond that, there's some other things that make me
Uh,
go, I wonder, right? Like I have to
Yo.
wonder. Because he out of all of them, he's the one where I'm like, that guy looks like, yeah, he would shoot up a place. I'm not gonna even lie to you, bro.
I'm fairly certain that he has a clan membership card somewhere.
He looks so like out of everybody, he just looks the most unhinged. He
yeah, he
just
does.
he like I don't know. There's something off about him. That's why I'm like, I don't know how people watch
And
him, to be
maybe he's
honest.
a meth and he gets this from his dealer Gary. I don't know.
Like I can understand like neurotic. He tries to be funny. He's not funny, but
No, he's just a
like
meth
some of
dealer.
these other guys, like I kind of understand why people would watch them, but him, he's the one
Well,
where I'm
well,
like, he's the most radical out of all of
here's
them.
the thing. I think the core ring's just boring. Mike
Yeah,
Zero
he's
just looks
boring.
like
No, the
Mike
court
Zero Mike Zero looks like he should be a villain in a
Courtney's
Kevin
a
Smith
creep.
movie.
Courtney's a creep.
Well, the quartering is a very dangerous person too. I won't lie. He's done some
Yes.
really creepy shit. So
Tom from
yeah,
Midnight's Edge is a creep as
I don't
well.
trust that guy too.
There's been stuff about him that I ain't gonna say on stream, but like there's stuff that he's been accused of by some of the women in the Phantom Menace. Um,
Yeah, he's very, I don't know. He also too, he looks like fucking what's that Spider-Man villain? Fuck. What's that Spider-Man villain's name? He's like an albino. What's that character's name?
Tombstone.
Tombstone. That dude looks like fucking
Tombstone.
Tombstone. Have you seen him on camera? He looks like Tombstone with glasses on. The bro looks scary
Gosh.
when he turns on the
Oh
camera. I know
my.
why you don't. I mean, I keep saying
Oh
this.
my
I've never
gosh.
turned on the camera. Maybe one day I will. But like, this guy looks.
You
I
know,
get it, bro. Like, you look
I
scary.
remember. I think it was Tom. It was like when Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe cartoon came out, and like they were all saying it was like woke and whatever. Yo, he had like this poster, Jay and Silent Bob. He rips it up and goes, "F you, Kevin Smith." I was like, "Good lord, man! It's a cartoon.
Oh yeah, I remember
Take
that.
it
That was
easy,
cringe.
man."
That was
Yo, I was about to
beyond
go
cringe.
Drake. I was like all Drake Bell, and was like, "Whoa, just take it easy, man."
He just like sometimes he's okay, but then other times you're like you're reminded, oh yeah, like he's on that loony bin too, like
I mean,
unfortunately.
I mean, I can't. I can't have. I really don't have anything bad to say about Drunk Threepio. He doesn't seem like a bad individual. I just think he sims for Gina Carano too much.
He's kind of boring. I could never watch his stuff. Like I tried looking at it and I'm like, it's boring as hell. Some of these people, like, I'm familiar with them because I've seen their content enough where I'm like, I get, like, the entertainment value. I kind of understand the points they're making. Do I agree with it? No. But
Here's the thing,
but some of
because
these
it's a
people, I don't get it. Spent too
oh
much
my.
time on a submarine. Yeah, he's
Submarine.
got
Quick question.
he's
Quick
got
question.
some issues, severe issues, man.
Quick
Was the
question. Like,
was
is it me, or now that like this now that like the Snyder fandom has like died down, it's an election season, like all of a sudden we remember how batshit crazy some of these Phantom Menace anti SJWs
Yeah.
are. Because remember, no one was even talking about the Phantom Menace last year. It was all about the Snyder crazies.
Yeah, but these people have always they've been
But
just
here's
consistent. That's the
they've
thing.
been crazy since like either the Last Jedi or Ghostbusters 2016.
I
it's the
want to
last
say I want to say more like Last Jedi because like
Yeah,
2016, that's when a lot of
percolating.
this nonsense
It was percolating with
started.
the
Yeah,
Ghostbusters, but Last Jedi is when really took off.
yeah, the Last Jedi because it's like
Yeah.
because now the thing if you think about it like after the Last Jedi that's like been their grift. It's just like when's the next Star Wars show so we can like roast it. That's why when
Unfortunately,
Mandalorian, the last episode of Mandalorian season 2, like that was the only time they could
yeah,
never
because they got
say
Luke.
shit. Yeah, they and even Neurotic. I don't remember if you've seen Neurotic's video when that happened, but he couldn't say anything, which I find it weird because it's like they like in other words, you guys just want the same bullshit too. Then right? Like,
Yeah.
because they didn't remember they didn't start with the Force Awakens. They started with the Last Jedi. They liked Rogue One. They were like the thing is like I hate personally, I don't really care for Force Awakens. It's whatever. But the guy who started this bullshit, and we need to call this motherfucker out because he's starting to come back. He's Max Linus, the son of John Landis. This guy, he got canceled, and now he's trying to weasel his way back, trying to get grift that money off of these people. I don't know if you guys know this guy. Do you know who Max Linus is?
No.
No, I have not. It
Max
sounds familiar,
Linus,
but
he wrote a couple of major movies. He wrote Chronicles.
Oh.
He was on Red Letter Media a couple of times. He had a TV show. Like he was also trying hard as fuck to try to write a Superman movie. Like he was like, I want to write a Superman movie. He even wrote. Um, he made like a short film about Superman and the Justice League. But this guy, he got canceled, right? Because he was doing some creepy shit, like some manipulative things with his girlfriend and some other people too. And so they canceled him, and he went away because everybody was like, "Oh, Max Linus." He's also a bit of a bitch too online. He's kind of like a cunt. And yeah, I said cunt. He's 100% a cunt because he
Okay.
would just respond to people in like the most like aggressive way. Like that's why people were like okay with him getting canceled because he was just really aggressive. But so he was the one who started the Force Awakens Mary Sue shit. He was the
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, now. Okay, now I remember. Yes.
He was
Yes.
the one. He had a. I'm trying to look for the video now, but he had a video
Yes. I
talking
remember
about
that.
how he was like the Force Awakens is pretty much just like a New Hope and blah 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 blah, and he was like laying it out, even though like everybody fucking knew that. That was the whole
Yeah.
point of the movie. So I don't know like, and so now like if you see because 2016 those people really weren't talking about that. Because if you think about it, 2016, Trump, Hillary, Ghostbusters, all this like political stuff started popping up, but no one was talking about A Force Awakens and how it was like
No,
quote
no, because
unquote SJW and all that
Cause,
stuff.
cause you know why? Because it was positive received, no, and that outweighed all the negatives. Because I couldn't find any negatives of Force Awakens back then. And then,
Yeah, no one said, and even Rogue
yeah,
One, no one said anything, even though
yeah,
technically they could make that accusation against those two movies.
yeah.
But yeah, that's why like The Force Awakens,
I
like,
guess, I guess it's because Last Jedi had I know a strong had a lead in Daisy Ridley, and also a
yeah.
Chinese lead in Rosie. What's her last name? I forget her last name. But
I
is she
don't even
Chinese?
remember.
I don't want to make the
I
mistake.
don't know. I'm not even sure. I don't know
Okay,
like
she's the
her
Asian actress.
ethnicity.
I'm not sure if she's Chinese. I forget her name. And nope. And she got bullied. She got bullied.
Yeah,
Okay, she got
and they
bullied.
did, and they didn't. I mean, it was just like the thing is like these dudes will never go away. As long as there's Star Wars movies, TV shows, they're
Yeah.
never gonna go away. If for whatever reason Disney stops making movies and shows for Star Wars, that's when their grift is gonna dry up because they can't. This is the thing. Like they're trying. If you notice, they've been trying to like do it to Marvel where they're like MCU and all this bullshit. But if that changes, what are they gonna say? Because they're not saying anything about Deadpool and Wolverine. If you
No. Oh, I
notice,
wonder why. Two male leads.
I mean, maybe they'll watch the movie and say some bullshit. That's what I suspect is gonna happen. They're gonna say
I
they're
think
gonna
it's
see something in that movie and make a big deal about it. Which that's why I keep saying like
I.
they are the snowflakes. Like I don't get it. They cry and complain
Yeah. Yes,
about
they are
like
the
minor
snowflake.
things.
That's Yeah. I mean, I know you're not the biggest fan of Tony, but Tony calls people those people out too, because like and
Yeah, it's just like I don't get it.
also speaking of none, man, before we end this, because we're gonna end this very soon. It's almost 12:30, but man, Boogie.
I
Yeah.
I don't know much about Boogie.
Oh well, Blind, do you want to tell the story? Because this is bad, really, really bad.
Well, it's the faking cancer stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's been like going on for quite some time. I mean, the thing is, he didn't like admit that he faked cancer. I don't really know what's going on exactly. Like there's a theory going around. I mean, they said it, right? Keemstar said it. That he mixed up. There's
He
the
self-diagnosed himself.
disease or that he has,
It's two of them.
disease cancer. There's two of them. There's one that's non-cancerous and
The
one
one
that's
that's the one
cancerous.
he currently has. It's not the cancer's one.
Yeah, people think yeah that
And
he
he's Destiny exposed him, right?
yeah, Destiny was the one who kind of like
Yeah.
by the way, Destiny was saying some crazy shit too to
Of Trump.
yesterday at
Yeah,
least
I know. Yeah.
about Trump.
The thing is, George. The thing with Boogie, right? There's this disease. Apparently, this disease is very similar to another disease, and one is cancerous. So he said,
Yeah.
Boogie said 2 years ago. This is live on a live stream with Destiny joined the local live stream with Keemstar, right? So Destiny has all this information about what Boogie, and Boogie says he got diagnosed about this 2 years ago, but never got checked to confirm, right? So he just looked up
Right.
himself and assumed he had cancer, and assumed he had cancer. It was the cancer's one. Like self-diagnosing, right? And now 2 years later, he said, yeah, I'm gonna have to go get a biopsy. I'm like, why didn't you get a biopsy 2 years ago?
Yeah, and also too, he went into the boxing, and people were saying like, if you did the
Yeah.
boxing, like, how did you get approved if you had cancer?
Yeah.
And then also people are pointing out like, you just said that he scammed his fans with this crypto token, whatever he had, and the reason why he didn't want to give back the money is because he has cancer and
Guess what he
he's
does, man? Because
yeah. So but then people were all raising money, like they almost raised what,
he's
100K, 100K
Tanya.
just to show that he has cancer, and he said he wouldn't do it. So that's why people are saying he faked cancer, because it's like, if
Yeah,
you're willing to scam your audience for only 10 grand, and people are saying,
during
hey, we'll give you 100 grand to say that you have to show that you have cancer, and you're not going to do it, like that does look bad. You know what I mean? Like, you can't,
here's a
like,
bleep.
his whole defense is like, oh, people are making it a spectacle and blah blah blah. But I mean,
No,
he's the one doing this, right? He didn't need to. First off, he didn't need to do the crypto shit, and then on top of that too, all he had to do was shut his mouth and just go on his podcast and talk. You know what I mean? Like, and I keep saying this. I like. I'm just gonna say this for the rest of the time. Get the fuck off of Twitter, man. Like,
he's
seriously,
on Twitter so much.
seriously, I think
I think he
I think
deactivated
more
his
people, like, the
account.
moment,
I think
like,
he deactivated though.
you're starting to feel, yeah, but he's gonna go back because he's an
I
addict.
know because he's addicted to it.
But people seriously need to get off of Twitter. It's not healthy whatsoever. It's totally designed to see the worst of everything. And to be honest, there's better platforms out there if you want to find your news, right? Use Reddit. You know what I mean? Like, use something else to
Go
get your
on
news from.
threads.
Oh, Reddit could be a
Or yeah,
shithole too, though.
go on Threads or whatever. Like,
I'd rather go on
start
Threads than
start,
Reddit.
yeah. And if you see that over there, press the not interested button. Same thing with YouTube. If you see like these like grifters in your recommendations, hit the freaking don't recommend the channel. I don't want to see this video. Right? What's it called? It's Let me just check. Yeah, there's not interested and don't recommend channel. That's what you need. That's what people need to do, because your sanity is like, it's very small, right? Like, you're gonna go absolutely
Yeah,
insane
he
with
needs
this
to
shit.
find something to play the victim all the time. Whether it's the cancer or I'm broke, I can't do this.
But he's watching. The problem is he likes,
He likes
and
the
I get
victim.
it. He likes. No, no, no.
He does like playing the
That's
victim.
debatable. I guess yes, but I think his problem is that he likes to seek out people talking about him. He has to. I think a lot of people that
Yeah,
are that big
I think
are
it's
are
self-confidence problem.
looking. Because, I mean, I guess I'll say it. I don't really care. But I know Matt Jarble did this when he was getting. And what's funny, too? The same situation is very similar. What Boogie went through and Matt went through. And, I mean, so, like, I don't know. I just see a pattern where these, like, big time YouTubers, they're just, like, obsessed with like
Attention.
finding, yeah, like who's talking about me, who blah blah blah, and if it offends them, then they're gonna say that they're offended. But in reality, like I think people need to treat it like what celebrities do. Do celebrities are always talking to their fans? No. Like post a video and YouTube has like
Thing
the
is,
comment sec or community posts now. Just use that.
I'm
Don't go
sorry,
on
but
Twitter.
YouTubers are not celebrities. Only someone.
No, they're not. They're not. But the way it's
They think they are.
no, the dynamic of your viewers and you talking
Yeah.
with your viewers, it's totally different, right? It's like people have more connection to you, right? Because they're watching you and they think that you're friends, and
Yeah. Celebrities,
like
celebrities don't really have a connection to the fans. I mean,
nah, it's worse if you're a big time YouTuber. I feel like because you're
yeah.
more at risk for these things.
I always said that YouTubers have a bigger ego than celebrities.
But even small time YouTubers, man,
Oh, a
like
lot of times these YouTubers have egos, huge egos too.
no, but like in terms of like they get wrapped up in what people are saying. Like
Yeah.
it's hard. Like YouTube is hard. Like getting comments that are just like just dogging on you for no
Yeah,
reason.
you don't see celebrities on Twitter or X or every day like
No,
they
sometimes they
probably
only
do.
go on that stuff to promote
But
projects and
oh,
movies
I,
and
I
whatever they
wouldn't be
got up
surprised. I
next,
wouldn't be
right?
surprised though they do check and just don't say anything.
Yeah, but I think like the best thing for society right now is like limiting social media, what they consume, and not being super invested into the news and what's going on. Like take a step back. Like don't be like completely ignorant, but like you don't need to consume it every day. I mean, the thing that you know what movie that I like, that's a great movie that I feel like is relevant. Network.
Social network.
No, Network. It's called Network. It's from the 70s. It's like a
Oh,
satire. Like that movie I feel like
congratulations.
is even relevant now because it's just like really bad. Like people just get so fucking wrapped up in the news, and the way that it's packaged to us now
I
is
this
is it's like everywhere you go.
There's
Like,
so many insecure people in the world.
well, it's people are insecure, but some people are just like, they're fed up. I understand, but
Yeah.
like you can't be fed up until you start fucking wanting to hurt other people, because that's what happens. Like that's the reality that we live in, where people are like, what happens when you start telling like all the people on the left, like they're I because some people are saying this recently. I'm not gonna say who. Actually, I'll say who. Fuck you, Smash JT. He's like, oh, the people on the left, they're creatures, and we got to take them down because of what happened yesterday, right? And you're like, buddy, this is like people are like going nuts, man. Like seriously, because that type of verbiage and language, like, no wonder why people are so divided. They think the other side isn't even human. They're not willing to talk. They're not willing to say anything. It's just sort of like it's us versus them. I just hate that mentality, really. Like, it's all bullshit in my opinion. And no offense, George, no offense to like everybody in the chat, but I think it's an American thing. I'm sorry, but like
No,
I don't see that anywhere else.
I agree. I agree.
Cuz it's like in Canada we have a lot of problems, but it's like no one's like yo, we're gonna kill each other and blah blah blah. It's more like, damn, like what the fuck is the
We
government
yeah
doing?
we do that.
Like,
We do that. We do that. It's called hockey. Okay.
yeah, but I don't know. Like, it seems like the Americans they're ready to like
Yeah,
fight each other.
The
It's like,
Americans, the
whoa,
Americans. I mean, Toronto is very different from like the U.S. or Canada and other cities, but we're not hostile to each other. But what Americans are, like with
no, I know people in our countries it's different, right? Like we have our own problems, and
we're
some of
not
the
we're not
American
vi-
stuff
we're just
kind of
not
bleeds in, but
we're
it's
just
really
not
not the same.
we're generally not really violent people in Canada. Um,
No, but I mean, trust me, there's people
I just
here who
think
are like
I just
they they want it to be like crazy,
it's
like divided.
because Canada like George would back up for this. George, like the thing about America is Their history is a lot of war. A lot of war. A lot
Well,
of
it's
war.
always if you like from my perspective, right? This is outsider. I'm obviously
A
not
lot of war and
American.
violence in American history.
But no, but it's also like this like distrust of the government, distrust of
Yeah.
people in general. Like that's kind of like what America was founded on is like we want to be free from, bullshit and like a big brother and like I get that. That's what the Western world wants to is kind of built on is that, America influenced a lot of countries. But man, like social media, man, I think it's a fucking drug. I think it's a fucking
Of course, social
it's
media.
not good. It's not good. Like, and when you hear developers and how they design these algorithms to hook you in, like Twitter is designed
Yep.
specifically to bait you. Like,
Yeah.
they will show you stuff that you want to see, and then they'll show you stuff that they know you will have a reaction to, and
Yeah.
you're gonna click on it, you're gonna engage with it, and that's
Yeah.
gonna keep you on the app. And with Elon Musk, I mean, Elon Musk, the company's failing, so he's going to try even harder to do that. And guess what he did? He allowed all these, crazy far right extremists to now fight the
Oh,
far extreme
Elon
Yeah.
leftists.
Musk. Oh, he endorsed
It's
Trump
a,
yesterday after the
it,
assassination
it is
attempt.
a civil war
So
on Twitter.
Musk has already like basically.
Yeah, he's like digged his
We're,
heels in, and he's just like, I'm gonna
we
fuck
may
shit
not
up.
we may not be having a war physically. We're having a war online, like a
Yeah,
civil war online. Or in the
yeah, but
states, or
the thing is, you don't have to engage with it. But people feel
no,
like
you
they
don't.
need to engage with it.
In a
You
real
don't.
physical war, you kind of do have to engage because there's actual war. But like this, you don't have to. You can back off. You don't need to.
We like seriously, there needs to be some like
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do, man. Like maybe in 5 years when both of these two presidents are like long
Um,
gone, you know what I mean? Then
we're
like
gonna get a
something
president. We're gonna
it's
get
gonna be an
a president that's under like 70 years old.
I don't know, man.
I mean, hey, listen. In 8 years, I'll be old enough to run.
You have to be 35,
Yeah, we
right?
need George, man. We need
Yeah,
like fresh blood.
yo, we get out
We
the
need a
youngest
tough New
president.
York. Oh, we need another tough New Yorker, not
Yo,
Donald Trump New Yorker.
I'll be like the first president under the age of 40, and I'll be like, make
No,
America sane again.
damn.
How about
Well,
that? Instead of making it great, let's just make it sane. We're gonna rebuild America, just like the Philadelphia 76ers. We're gonna trust the process,
mm-mm.
and my Secretary of State's gonna be Mr. Joel Embiid.
Joel B.
Oh
legend. No, isn't
man.
Joel B. born in a different country though?
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to point him as that. I'll appoint LeBron James as Secretary of State.
Bruh.
We'll play against Russia for the fate of Ukraine with the game of basketball.
That's
Listen,
wild.
if Biden and Trump want to play golf against one another, why can't I play basketball against Vladimir Putin to decide the fate of Ukraine?
Uh, yeah, that's how we should. That's how we should settle war conflicts in the world. Sports. How about sports? Sporting.
Or you know what? I'll gladly invite him to my local Top Golf.
Mini golf. We'll take a mini golfing.
But Putin's gonna have to carry his own bags.
uh,
Oh, could you imagine that? 2032, the George versus Jeremy Griggs for president.
hello,
Oh,
my fellow
man.
Oh my
Americans.
goodness!
Welcome to
Oh,
Geeks and
man.
Gamers.
YouTubers.
YouTubers.
YouTuber versus YouTuber. Good lord, what has happened to America?
Make. All right, guys. I got to the end of here, man. It's been a long ass stream.
Yeah.
George, where can we find you?
You can find me at the George. I just reviewed the Wolverine today, and Wednesday I'll post a review for the first Deadpool. This weekend I'm gonna revisit Logan and Deadpool 2 to get those reviews done before Deadpool Wolverine. So you can check me out there.
Blinded.
You can check me out on YouTube and definitely not Twitter.
All right. So yeah, okay. Like I said, with Blinded, if he's gonna join Tuesday, we're gonna do after the finale.
Well, I'm
of the
gonna join.
Okay.
Whether I see
Welcome.
the episode or not, that's yeah. Hopefully
Okay,
I
we're gonna
watch
do.
it.
We're gonna do it. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a spoiler review. Blind says he doesn't care. So that's
Yeah.
but I'm gonna do it after the Acolyte, and then me and Blind had planned to go over Grace Randolph again on the Acolyte for
Yeah.
episode 8 for season
Whatever.
finale. Yeah,
Whatever she says, we're
bash her
curious.
because we did 2.5 hours of Grace on the first on the part 1 because there was so much to say and we couldn't finish it, so we had to do the 2 in 2 parts.
Yeah, I kind of want to see both sides because I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go at her too hard. I want to go at everybody like equally. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I thought we went harder in the part 1 over part 2. Part 2 were a little less harsh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was true.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's probably gonna be the next Tuesday for sure, and maybe the next 2 days after that, Wednesday and Thursday maybe. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, or comment below.